We back! GG. Okay, Twitch was dumb. I apologize for the drop in stream. My internet didn't go down, but it just randomly told me the stream key was wrong, despite me streaming to it for the last 20 minutes.
Oh. All right, that was a little bit scary. Inside of the toilets, though, they continue to find firefights. Stuffing never one to shy away from them. Now setting out a nice set of utility, one that I use a lot myself. One set for all of the site. Molotov to the truck, smoke to the left side to be able to cross, and a flashbang to boot. Nobody actually going up and off that one, though. They can rotate back down if they so please.
Indeed. And this has been, I think, tough consistently for the Tigers, right? Trying to fight their way back from these deficit scenarios and gun rounds. That's been a problem for them. And, like, how do you make a comeback? On Overpass, I think it's particularly difficult to fight back from a deficit. You kind of just have to win some duels, get some information somewhere on the map. And, unfortunately, the opposite being done here for the CTs. They bet it in.
Yeah, the problem with that is that Psych still has two players here with the best weapons they could possibly have asked for, and the two rifles chiming in for kills of their own by just enough time for the MP9 to make its way back in and around. And you say it's hard to do, but clearly not for them, not in that moment there. Capture's curse.
Just shoot them, forehead.
Really?
That is apparently the way to go.
Yeah, I feel like the options that you have there on a map like Overpass in particular are A, get into a power position outside of short and hope that you can multi-frag before they get into the site, or stack your chips over towards topside A, or one then the other, but even still, it becomes somewhat readable. It's just unfortunate that, I mean, kind of a lack of utility maybe there from the T side towards the end of their execution.
Yeah.
Stuffing tosses out the appropriate set of utility for them to make that work in the moment that they wanted to, but instead they take a little bit too long and allow the CTs to get up and positions they really can't flush out effectively when there's two of them. And no molly.
Speaking of mollies, I don't know if that molly ended up spreading to clear the top party position, but either way, Molotov's over at B, trying to clear out a couple of positions at barrel, but ultimately, these players can walk back into that position. That's actually something, that boost I saw Nova doing the other day on this map. And unfortunately, it hasn't given...
Grenade.
That's an unfortunate little right click.
Grenade.
I get it. It'll be Darkest Hour walking back over to B. Only can shoot at Toes, but Toasty has the frag. MJB walking up short. The rest of the team making their way onto the site. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Good bait.
Popping off some shots. Oh my lord, some shots. Speaking of which, Kerr's got some shots of his own. Nova's not done yet. Oh, spots the player over the top of the sandbags. Can't connect. But thankfully, he readjusts under the next. As the next has already slid out, it's easy enough. A little bit of a stylistic overflick after the shot was landed, but even so, he'll take the kill and take the round as well. It got a little scary there for a moment after the initial miss, but Kerr perfectly in place to stay in cover while he takes his duels.
That's kind of one thing to mention as well. Last time on Overpass, I felt like Nova wasn't really feeling all that great. He wasn't playing poorly by any means. You know, had a couple of wins in key rounds, but it wasn't, like, pretty. I feel like those flicks, you know, kind of tell me he's feeling it a little bit. Should be shots he hits every time, but he did it the hard way and delivered. Look at this buy.
Now playing a deep push to... Wait, they bought? Oh, no, okay.
No, sorry. I said buy, and I meant just, like, half buy.
Oh, that made sense, yeah. I was going to say.
Darkest Hour's approach towards A has been pretty consistent since the beginning. They have limited their information or their positioning towards this B area pretty often, and have been focusing on taking connector control, taking bathroom, etc. And it's been working out relatively well. This time, Telepathy will pick up something, an AK to go, but unfortunately the go part of that really did fall by the wayside at the end of the day.
spacing for trades has also been really, really solid. It hasn't been too far apart from one another to be able to pick up where the other left off if they die, even if they don't get their kill. I think that's one thing that you have to speak on a map like Overpass as well, where rotations are pretty chaotic sometimes, right? And if you're not close enough spaced, if you're not next to one another, then it gets a little bit awkward, particularly maybe down through the connector door, into the A-bomb site itself when you're making the execution happens, as previously we had seen the one round where they aren't at their peak of their game, perhaps. It all collapses as a result. It's those little moments that really define how your game is going to be played on a T side. And already at the lead by 2, we'll see if they can continue that stride.
Grr. Finding the shots as Stozai just rattled off a few shots through that smoke. It's already pre-lined up for Gurr. Just got to pull the trigger, and he does. That's that connector control we were just talking about coming back to fruition once more. Darkest Tower pretty passive out towards A this round. They've just now gathered that con control, but they're still back in playground. Not even in playground, really. Just making their way up the steps, and with some information gained over towards B, the bomb's going to be recollected, and the decision made to, at least for the time being, lean towards this A site.
And down, we've seen them do it before with less, but now the utility is still overwhelming for Darkest Hour, and the off meter at the top side of the bathroom is going to be kind of hard to recover from after he's gotten no support. That's just a bad omen if you are the Tigers right now, man. There is just nothing to be said other than, wow, astonishing. Obviously, I wouldn't call it a skill shot, but even still, absolutely devastating the hopes of them. Where else are you going to hide behind that dice?
Yeah, I mean, like, how are you going to offset your position just, like, a little bit so you don't get spammed there? I mean, you just don't see that every day. Makes it all that much more interesting. Stuffing, grabbing it up, or hoping to just toss it out the map? Yeah, that's what it was. YSL taking his time to pull the trigger, but when he does deliver. 2 players out there in water. If they want to go hunting, Darkest Tower are going to have to deal with the crossfire. And it looks like they are interested in taking these fights. YSL will gather 2 more frags, so 3 kills in order to save that rifle. An expensive one for Darkest Tower, but they have the money to spare. And with 6 rounds already on the T side of Overpass, I'd call this a pretty darn good start to their own map.
Successful outing, definitely. Pause, perhaps? Attempt at one, trying to come out from Nova in the chat. Not sure if that was entirely necessary or if it was a joke or something, but it just didn't work. But either way, you love to see things go right for the team on their map pick. Bodes well for them for the series, and maybe more to be seen from the opponents over on their pick of Mirage. That's one that could be a little bit more 50-50, I'll say, in most instances in general in Counter-Strike, but now more than ever, it's going to be the Tigers are going to need to prove that they have a reason to be there, as Nova eventually pulls his scope right back up in time, and that's a nice shot from the Desert Eagle already, removing the head of one. Stuffing slides out, and only his head being seen. Now his body lays limp on the ground, and a missed Molotov bounces off a teammate, and that stalls him out for just long enough until Telepathy finds his kill. But MJB in the back lines as well, lurks onto the lurker, and now anything more than that, and things are going to get a little bit dangerous as the bomb has to be planted.
The good news is smoke should be allowing for Darkest Tower to get into some post plants. One-man jail, that's MJB, and Toasty has escaped over to short. And Stozai doesn't quite know where they're located, but MJB going to get checked out. Toasty for the 1v2. Needs to get these shots, and he does. The connection onto the first, info on the second, and he's getting pushed. AK recovered, but can he pull it out? No, not a chance. It's Toasty for the 3K, and it's a clutch round for Toasty. That's something we saw a boatload of back on the final game of the regular season. I think it was 4 clutches on the T side for Darkest Hour. 1v2s, 1v1s, whatever it was, they were delivering, and Toasty picking up where they left off.
Good from White King to pick up that AK-47 and get the kill that he had, but maybe a little bit too overzealous in trying to be the hero of the round to swing over towards short side. I wouldn't say he went and overextended by any stretch, but I think there was just a time to where his teammate could have been a little bit closer if he had waited a second longer to be able to go in for that. And Toasty, he takes his timing onto his 1 versus 1 well and just goes for the information following that, knowing that the players weren't close enough, and that's it. That's the tilter, and this is just an absolute run over of A now, a lot faster pace than we've seen before, Vincent.
Exactly, yeah. It feels like that maybe giving Darkest Hour a little bit of confidence, right? They were already doing well, but that 1v2, just a little injection where it's needed most, and stuffing just the shot through the smoke has to, like you said, be a bit of a tilter. 5 still alive, and Darkest Hour slow things down after sprinting both the bomb and the rest of the team up towards a bathroom. They're not going to commit, at least not just yet. They'll get a flash. Gur gonna actually throw the flash himself up. Shot misses the mark. And with that, now Darkest Hour will throw their A execute.
Yeah, not much until after the bomb is planted, even kind of crazy, kind of silly. YSL eating nade damage, I believe. That was down into the bank where he looked to walk. Or no, actually, wait, where was that? What was it? The op shot that hit him? I didn't see anybody there.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
It's just really deep nade.
Must have been. Either way, getting back in. I mean, they still have another smoke. I don't think they're going to be able to toss it up. And well, now the shots are all hitting, stuffing at MJB, making the connections. Oh, Darkest Hour feeling it today. 8 rounds on the T side already, and 5 survive in round number 12. It's starting to get a little scary for the Tigers. They need to start winning rounds.
These headshots are just coming in crazy. There's never a moment where I don't see them with their crosshairs perfectly placed onto the next angle they need to swing by, and seeing these players hitting their individual peaks. I think the one we haven't even had to say the name of is Gur, and that's crazy, being the one we spoke about in the pre-show as much as we had, talking him up, talking a big game about the player with the most experience in the team. But right now, you can just sit back and relax, play it all cool, because right now, already having gotten that 8, they're going to be pretty happy with anything that happens after that fact, knowing that they've at least achieved that goal, as everything else seems to be falling into place just the same. There's a little bit of a window where they're at through short B now with the flank now from MJB once again. We'll see whether or not he'll collect on it.
And I think part of this is we're going to see MJB get a flank kill, at least one. Might even get a second here. And not quite. 19 health left here for Telepathy. And AK recovered will be a save call. But the point I was about to make, why not, is that it's one of those situations where Stuffing, who normally he has a lot of the tough roles on this team. Like, he's often finding himself in a bit of an entry, not all the time by any means, but he's often in that space. He's often trying to take space for the squad. Whether, I'm kind of thinking like on Inferno, he's a lot of times the guy who's getting rolled by utility early in the round just to take space. He's farming right now. He's got 13 kills. When you're injury guy, when that guy's having a great game like Stuffing is, that makes everything else so easy. And that's what Darkest Hour are currently experiencing.
Well, this is about as last chance as it gets with the money in the situation that it is with one player able to buy into the following with the loss bonus. Tigers, they've got everything that they need right now to make it happen, and they have in rounds prior, but right now with the pace change that Darkest Hour have put in place, there's just nothing that will stop them. Nope, looking at Khan. That's already the first 2. The op might collect onto 1 kill. Thankfully, Telepathy is able to do so as well, but even so, he's locked in. Nowhere else to go but down.
And what an adjustment for Darkest Hour. They haven't been so aggressive towards Connector almost at all. And, well, I feel like the Tigers have realized that Darkest Hour are getting a lot of A for free in a lot of these rounds. And so they stacked up, got 3 players there. They're playing the op into position to hopefully get a multi-frying. No, nothing to be gained. Sure, it's a 3-on-2, but man advantage still in the hands of Darkest Hour. But the info for YSL, that's huge. Nade won't do any damage, and the rotation's starting to be pulled, but the Molotov, not quite where it was intended, I don't think, but should be enough to get this plant down. Oh, Nova trying to turn for that flashbang, gets domed, but a good trade from Toasty, and that's the spacing you were talking about before, and that's just good teamwork, swinging together. Darkest Hour double digits.
It's gonna be the best way to series you possibly could have asked for Darkest Hour. Talk about a warm up. This is effectively it. I think the one thing we got to make note of is the fact that there hasn't really been any dynamic action as a group from the riflers of the CT side. You saw them take forward stance over towards A in that last round, but just absolute massive gap. Or that connector. What else are you gonna do?
It didn't even seem like they were ready for the connector swing to happen. Like they seemed caught off guard, surprised by the fact that, oh, there's a connector player. It's a massive amount of positioning and map control lost at B. Gur kind of needs to win this duel, and of course he does. Stoneside falls. Now, A site open for business. Darkest Tower don't quite know how much that is the case as they're getting flanked, but they'll find out sooner rather than later.
This is this player who's stuck at the truck and has been so very often. The molly misses, but so does he. So that's one thing. If there was ever going to be a moment where he needed to get his kill, that would have been the one, is jumping over the top, the side, and Telepathy doing what he can to be able to continue his way in. The AWP picked back up, but too little too late. That's the round 11. One by one, stringing these together so consecutively, so convincingly. There's not much more really to be said other than the fact that we need to see a little bit more out of the Tigers individually at this point in time. Telepathy is doing his best work, doing his best attempt to claw back in, but one man's not going to be enough to pull the whole train. Who's going to carry the boats? Because right now it's Telepathy and everyone's sitting inside him.
Yeah, and the bigger issue is, I mean, at this point, even if Telepathy's doing the good work, how many rounds has he just had like an MP9? It's far too many, realistically. It'll be back to the default, or at least some semblance of it. Actually, a lot less of the A control going this round. Just got Nova by the look of things, throwing some utility over there. Well, it's connector control that has been Gur, but it's MJB in this case.
Is just chilling there right now. I wonder how long they're going to wait for, if they're going to drop silently, because YSL can get that sound information if they're not careful. They're not worried about the possibility. That's it. That was the water. Somebody just dropped into it. Now he's got to call rotate back, surely. I think there's a player in heaven.
Yeah. Vikings made his way over there, but there's a smoke. He can go forward, though. He just has a scout. That combo with the MP9, well, it could have been good, but it doesn't actually net them anything, really. The MP9 getting one kill there after the tag, but the flank coming in quick and fast. Toasty needs the shots and does connect. 2v1. Stozide, this is a must-win.
He's going to try his best. I mean, there's a low HP player to be able to deal with who's going to take that first point of contact stuff, and he's just going to wait for that. He makes his way up and up and in and forwards. He's going to tap onto that bomb soon enough. He's got a smoke as well to do a little bit of magic maybe into the stick, because he does find that first player. Stuffing's in the bottom side, not firing off initially, just 5 seconds onto the stick, not finding the body, not finding the shots, and he can! I think he's got it. That is one way to do it. That's certainly it.
So, a bit of a ninja there into the final round of the half, and like I said, must win. I think losing 12 rounds on your CT side, that is, I won't say unwinnable, but pretty darn close to it. 4, I feel like you can make the comeback. At least there's something there. But a lot of that does rely on picking up a pistol round. I mean, let's be real. A loss in the pistol is not going in the right direction for the Tigers. Darkest Hour. Kit double flash on MJB, and it's the 4-man stack to be.
This is going to be it with the pop out into B. You love to see it as they spread their bodies thin enough to where you could always be left questioning that there's something happening towards A, but now they spot 2 players out. This is where the game plan might change, potentially, as the bomb starts walking its way back. They've got that man advantage to work with now, so whether they decide to go into B or not, they're going to be at an advantage, but instead, It's only the changing of hands of the utility. The bomb carrier now the one to send it all out, and as they do have that man advantage, they've got players to deal with on the other side that are pretty close together, though. Nova with 3 damage onto the 4th, and he's going to go for the full reload, maybe even the next swing. Why not, my friend? You've got so many rounds to pad it with. You may as well continue your way forward to try and barrel your way back, as they've already done great work.
They were so blind. MJB, #1 flashbanger. He can throw flashbangs for me any day. The man connects all of them. Nova with the shots, and now Gur trying to connect over towards A. Bomb rotating very slowly up long. And YSL, he's under pressure. He's got to figure out a way to stay alive, and with the help of the teammate coming in, Gur will take the swing. 10 HP. That's all that is left, and 1v3, a little too much to ask.
Too much to handle is Nova at this point in time. He is known for his AWP prowess, and typically when you're an AWPer, you also have some of those USP skills, I'll say. I feel like that's pretty universally understood, right? You look at some of the best USP players in the world, and they just so happen to be very proficient in the sniper rifle department. And he is no exception from that. Nice setup of utility from MJB, but will it be too little too late by the time they get close enough to be able to frag down Nova, as he's actually being pinched down from every angle, from every side. He's going to fight his way down through Khan, and thankfully he gets to both of them, picks up the Tech 9, but if he gets run through, that opens up a little bit of a can of worms that Darkest Hour don't really want to have to play with now, knowing that there are 2 players at the bottom, though. They're going to be pretty safe hands.
Yeah, that water control making all the difference in how safe this B side is currently. Crossfire, pretty wide swing there over towards A. MJB will connect them all, with the exception actually stuffing, grabbing one there on the MP9 in between. So Darkest Hour up to 13, pissed around check. Anti-eco, the same boat, and it was anti-force buy actually, because Tigers, they're not going to be purchasing much of anything other than a couple of deagles this round. Little armor too. Maybe they can put something together, but at this point, Darkest Hour most likely going to be making their way up to a 14th.
More than likely, unless we're seeing some crazy deagle shenanigans right now. I don't really see anything going too different. This one is going to be an interesting way to make your way back up through Khan with the deagle, especially now with that door blown open as soon as you're spotted. Dink down, players separated from one another well and truly. I mean, the deagle actually might be better than the MP9 at this range even, but the fact is that they don't have any body armor on 3 of these players, so.
And even with the body armors, the lack of head armor making it just as good sometimes. Little boost up at map. Seems like Darkest Hour like to favor that map boost setup. They've done it quite a few times. A little wrinkle to their A defense. And it's netted them a couple of kills into this round. Even JB, the one boosted up. Triple swing it long. Good coordination. No frags coming out of it, but it's White King's deagle to do the damage. Now, everyone's so very low, though. Just a gust of wind could take out White King or Gash.
They are just still playing this one as textbook as you possibly can. He drops that Molotov with 23 seconds left in the round. He knows that's going to delay them if they were even there for the next 7 seconds, but not spotting anything at this point. Should be the alarm bells ringing that it's not going to be there anyway, but he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about, knowing he's got players on the top side of the site capable of handling it on their own. All 5 kills looking to be spread between the 2, and that's it.
Would have been nice to get a couple more out of those MP9s, but it is what it is. The spread of frags as well for Darkest Hour. Like everybody's playing very well, hitting their shots, getting their frags. It was more of a 1-horse race or 2-horse race actually in the first half, where it's a T side, but now onto the CT where things are spread out a little bit more evenly. It's it's essentially showing Arcus Tower. I think everybody is here and playing well.
Yeah, that's continuing to build on the same storyline that we were already putting together. And hearing that player jumping across is going to be the first story too.
Wait,
second kill. What?
I was so confused at that Molotov at first, but he was faking the molly. Got it.
Right.
Understood.
Oh, I love this. This is such a good one-way. Thank you, CSGO. Get on top of that little trash bin right there, and you can see over into party. It's really good. I'm gonna miss one-ways in CSGO, at CS2, but I think that there's also a place to be had where you can also just use the smokes as not one-ways, but boost over them and stuff.
Yeah.
Use the angles of the smokes.
I think it's the right call to remove one-ways because it really does.
I know.
It really does make the game like a lot more difficult to play in a way that doesn't feel fun for anyone. Okay, I should say for anyone who's not the guy boosted.
Somehow they've actually bounced their way back into this round. I say somehow. I mean, the amount of information and space that they had should have been everything that they needed for the time. But even so, Nova actually, fun fact, the winner of the Monroe Cookies giveaway for this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I have never had some of the faded cookies.
Yeah, well, you better get liking and retweeting the next post because their next set of giveaways is Snickerdoodles.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not a plug, not a promotion. Not
Seems
paid.
like a promotion, but just not paid.
Nope, not paid. They're good.
But you could be paid.
It could be.
We need to get on that. Figure it out.
Yeah, we do. Current stuffing relegated to Deagles into this round, but they're going to be dangerous in their own rights for those weapons, but it's a matter of whether or not they're going to be slow cleared or hard. As YSL, he's pretty quick onto the clear at the top side of the connector, though. The on the leg shot. Oh, no. Managing to get the kill with USP anyway, but that's going to stink. Oh.
Well, that's a little scary. A couple missed shots from Gura. Eventually, it does settle down to get the frag. Trade does come out.
What?
Oh, that pre-fire was insane. I cancan't believe it doesn't go down.
He shot one bullet and it hit him in the head through the wall.
Yeah. Insanity. Toasty.
Oh. You'll see his butt, won't he?
Oh, he gets stinked through the wall once again.
This is just a back and forth that you don't want to see.
MJB's got to get involved here.
Soon.
Oh, the flash actually blinding
No-scoped?
the player close. I cannot believe it. Gosh, low HP. Smoke goes out, but Toasty's in the same boat. No health. Good decision. Tapping on that bomb, and no, Toasty goes down. Right call to swap over to that M4.
Luckily for him, it was fully locked and loaded. Not a single bullet gone.
That's what happens when you no-scope a guy while you're blind.
I guess.
They don't get to fire.
That's so sad.
The worst part is the flash was so effective for the guy not short.
Yeah. I'm writing that one down. Let's watch the VOD.
Yeah.
Nard out here. How to blind your teammates on CT side overpass.
A little.
Bang.
Well, it could have been two. Unfortunately, just a leg shot.
Oh, they're running him in, though. That was a good Molotov placement. Thankfully, he put it as deep to where they're going to have to take at least half their HP to go through it. And, I mean, it looked like it would have been fine, but they get that off. That's going to be, a win in its own right if they can just save that from the end of the round, because I can't see a world where they have enough money to invest in one following this round, even with their loss bonus, I don't think. At least not without going glass cannon. So, I don't know if you go for this one. I definitely wouldn't. I think it's going to be curious to see whether or not they can get a couple more guns.
What have they got? 2,400 loss?
The Tigers aren't very rich either.
Yeah, I don't think there's much point of trying to hunt. First of all, let's be real. There is a firing squad of pistols ready to defend this up to the death. And
Dude, wow.
This is one of them. Okay, thanks for the AK. See you later.
Well, YSL just plays Y-Prac in connector sometimes. He literally just has his crosshair perfectly placed onto where it needs to be. And okay, blinding himself. Nova was here at the AWP previously, but he's gone.
White King looked like he just was playing on a controller and hit a button to 180.
I don't know. It actually did kind of look like that. It looked like when you press the left and right arrow keys on your keyboard, and your character does that kind of like that crane, you know?
Yeah. A little pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did.
An AK and an AWP. That is huge for this buy right now. That is astronomically large for them to be able to have everything that they would have had none of otherwise, man. That is just head over heels going to be a difference maker for what could potentially be them up on map point. And Tigers, well, still relatively broke after if they lose this.
Suicide taking a little damage as he took space towards the short position. They've got 3 players here with the T's. And the bomb actually set up in monsters, so relatively quick we could be seeing a B hit. That's all really sort of dependent on Gash, actually. If Gash goes down, loses some space, then we'd probably see that fast B hit, but there's nobody else over there, and maybe tell a lie. Gurr, long, extended spray, and Toasty looking to clear the low HP Suicide.
Yeah, that's just going to be maybe a little bit of the nerves going right now from both sides, dumping utility as the T side give more information away than the opposite now, as there's a smoke up into their faces. They've got no options. Very limited as the reboost is going to come through the flashbang to make it work as well. Over the top goes Stuffing, sees nothing, but it's close towards top side A, where the round is going to be decided. Gash dying, that just leaves them with no option other than to commit into the B-bomb site, especially with that pick that they've already found out. Their monster tunnel telepathy with one of his own, but the smoke's still up in play, still awake, still alive, are the last 2 players, but isolated from the site as everybody else falls.
On that key from Stuffing, he'll get them both. Nicely done. Darkest Hour, like you said, it's that frag. Stuffing gets 3 kills, but it is that frag from MJB that kind of just seals the deal. Seals the fate of the Tigers. They have to go B off the back of that. And Stuffing ultra prepared for that possibility. Continuing what's been a very solid map played from him, and MJB joining the fray on the 20 bomb, it seems. Matt, point. And we got a whole bunch of them.
Raj up next. See if the Tigers have a little bit more ferocity to their bite, as they, as it stands right now, don't seem to be as dangerous as they would have liked to otherwise become now, as they do get this B-bomb site pretty easily. In the time being, the spray from Stuffing, though, finds 3, and that's something that can happen as they line them up. Nova, he capitalizes just the same off the teammate heroics from the bottom of the water. Sink or swim, it looks like it will be the latter as we go into map number 2 with the lead for the home crowd.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, listen, like I said, Stuffing played a really good map, I feel like. On the T side especially, like I said, he's in a lot of those entry roles often, or like lurking out B on overpass especially. We just often saw him like walk out, get like a kill or even 2, and that kind of powered that T side. Once the CT side got started, it looked really good. Sure, there was some stumbles there towards the end, but eventually they were able to close relatively simply as well. I feel like there was never a moment where I felt like things got dangerous for Darkest Hour.
Yeah, no. Maybe a little bit tight in the beginning of the game there. I mean, they were kind of trading rounds back and forth, but that's the era of the game where you see some teams adapt and you see some teams falter. And I think that clearly doing the adaptation was Darkest Hour, feeling out the rest of the map. And you could see their pace begin to change progressively as they got A, a little bit more confident, and B, a little bit more understanding of how their opponents were playing around the map. And not really with anything they could really do in order to stop Darkest Hour from getting where they wanted to be in the early stages of those rounds, let alone when they were trying to get close to those sites where they already had their picks.
And, well, that leads us into Mirage, which will be in the next map. This is a map that Darkest Hour dominated what I think is arguably one of the more difficult teams in Maine this season. And they're under Konoha, but I mentioned them in the pre-show, right? Was that the Cartel and Friends, Mad Kings, like crossover roster. They're in Maine this season. So they were able to dominate on Mirage. So, yeah, I know. I thought the same thing. I'm like, why are they here? They're like 3 plus a couple of people I don't know. So anyway, point being, it's a scary time, I think, for the Tigers, realistically. With that being said, any final thoughts before we pop into a break?
No, all I really have to say is may the best team win here on this second map. If we do get to see a little bit of life pumped out from Tigers, I'm all for Inferno, but we're going to need to see a little bit more than what we have in order for that to be a possibility.
Well, we'll see. That's going to be coming up next, map 2, when we come back. We are back in business. Map number 2, it's Miragi, as myself, Vincent, and Why Not on the microphones here. And with a victory for Darkest Hour in map number 1, we head into a must-win map for the Tigers, and a map that Darkest Hour have been comfy on throughout the regular season.
Popping it down A, nobody's really home. Stuffing towards CT spawn. He's going to be calling over Nova eventually. Blinded up, though. No one really able to take any of these early engagements before that bomb does get planted, but as Stuffing gets his, that's what he asked for, and he gets a bolt to the head.
Nova down. Toasty, that's a very nice shot. Falling on the return. Stuffing tagged down even further the double swing, and Stuffing will hit a shot low HP. Gur, the one of his own, and Gur's now going to look to clear out connector with the help of Toasty on the run. Toasty getting that frag. It's Telepathy all alone, and now dead as a doornail. Toasty with some very nice shots there in the pistol.
Everybody coming out with a little bit of a spectacle there. Clearly the heat not having cooled off from rather overpassed just yet.
We've had too many Inferno map ones these last couple of weeks, apparently.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've all been there.
I'm over Inferno right now, man.
You and me both. I think we've never been on the same page so much ever.
No.
On Inferno.
I don't think we ever will be.
Never again. White King. He's currently got Stuffing's number. That was a nice shot just straight behind the Molotov. And Nova, I guess got tagged in mid. That's the only thing that makes sense. Mid control now in the Tiger's hands. And Nova running tail tucked between his legs towards CT spawn. Look at this palace push.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Oh, the bomb.
Oh, this is bad news.
He's going to hear it. Smoke down to the bottom of the ramp off the information of the teammate now, as he can kind of just sit there. He's got to make a move eventually, though, as actually losing more and more teammates is going to be a pretty hard way to make your way back into the round. That's it. It's done.
Yeah, I mean, Toasty's 1 HP on Cat. And never mind, Toasty's no HP on Cat. Smoke as well into Gur's way. Oh, brutal. That went from round winning to just unwinnable so fast.
Yeah. Little does Gur know, if he had put a little bit more pep into his step rounding the corner at the top side of the Palace Peak, he might have dropped that bomb and made it a much more difficult scenario for him, but c'est la vie, no way he could have known.
Yeah, you gotta hit him with the NT and move on. What? I don't know how he gets that kill on his toe side, but either way, it'll be traded out. Telepathy, the one to take it with the scout. I can't say that guy's name. Telepathy. There we go. Doing a lot of good work with the scout that last round. That's where I was trying to go. And the force buy victory for the Tigers. We'll see Toasty on the scout, actually. Nova going Deagle and Kevlar. Maybe we can see the buyback here for Darkest Hour, but it's so much tougher on the CT side.
It definitely is, especially to make good off the weapons that you could possibly have as an investment. Not exactly easy to place yourself in high impact positions where you know you'll be able to get yours, but the Deagles at range, they're ever potent if you can land that first. And on a map like Mirage, I'd actually say that's as good as it gets in terms of that kind of weaponry is. Now, so far, not so great. Everyone already circumnavigating Gur in mid. crunching up and through. We might even be shot in the side of the head in no time.
Looking likely. Well, not quite the side of the head, but I don't think it matters. I think it's equally painful and destructive? Yeah, destructive. And Toasty getting flanked. Gash will put him down. That's the force buy denied. Just a single frag found. Marcus Tower, not what they were hoping for, and they'll have to essentially USP only in this round with like 1 kill in the last round. Nobody has really any extra cash other than MJP. It's purely 1900 on everyone else.
Here's a good start for Tigers they can utilize now to kind of get back into the game and start to feel themselves a little bit more than have to worry about the scoreline any longer now as they have this lead up ahead of them. The USPs are going to be running them down to the top of mid. Maybe 1 kill, maybe 2. There's already 2 found. Glock pulled. Got to be careful though of your dash. He's probably going to go down here to the second player onto the swing unless he's done something miraculous. Still trying to bounce around. Nova's alive and grabs a Galil. But no chance to even use it. 3 kills though. Effectively a full save. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, no, like, there's not even a flash there to set that up. I do think that a lot of that is Tigers kind of sticking around a little bit too long, like you were talking about. Maybe a bit too overambitious. They saw the eco frags and eyes got wide. Thinking, well, these could be mine. Nope, actually, death was coming for him. Ultimately, though, a victory is the end of that engagement. 3 towards A. Nova ducking under the shots from White King will take some additional space at ramp and falling away.
Waiting now for something to be gifted to them now, our Tiger. As there's a lot of utility raining out back and forth. Molotovs traded, and it's actually forced them up through connector effectively. One inside of the window even now is looked to potentially split into that A bomb site with the bomb towards A. Kind of split awkwardly now are the remainder of these T-sided players. Somebody's going to have to make a misstep on Dark's Tower in order to give them a way back in.
No missteps. No missteps currently. Telepathy looking at that AWP. Nothing being given away. Just that jump spot. And Toasty, when he's jump peeking, this is a tough shot to hit, really. Ooh, okay, it is tough, but Suicide, I guess, delivering. There's that overswing that you were talking about, and it's a tiny one, just a little bit overzealous, and the swing into the AWP. That's it. Round.
Still alive.
Essentially
in the
done.
site.
Oh, you're right. MJB.
He's saying, wait, I have one.
Now he's got 2. He can make this happen. All 3 for MJB.
He waits and he waits. It does him some good. Lets his teammates die. But you know what? We won the round, guys.
It's fine.
Out.
Profusely apologizing to all teammates that
No, Matt wouldn't do that.
MJB stands for just better. Also embarrassing for them. Look, yes it is.
Man just baits.
I can say in the CS2 games we played, that's maybe a little accurate. Just kidding.
Round win's a round win, though.
That's true. Is just yokes. Is just yokes. We've got 2-3 scoreline. Got a little spooky on that last round, but hey, like you said, round win is a round win.
No vision for the op, no relocation either. Drops a decoy. Will that be known as a decoy? Or as soon as the window fades, it will be. But even so, they're already dropped down into B and back turn from Toasty, expecting the flashbang from his teammate to come through earlier.
This time they're going to clear MJB.
Probably.
Alright. If they get the chance, and they do. Nova's still here in market, though. The site is the tease, but it's a bit of a tentative hold that they have on it. What? That shot from Nova was incredible.
That's vintage.
Nova's still alive here, but he's the only one gonna have to do some more vintage moments, but nothing will stop Stozide from overwhelming.
Man, for no shot in the round to end like that, that's sad. That could have been Clip City.
And it kind of already was, even that shot is kind of nuts, but...
One in the highlight reel.
Yep. It is also always weird when there's just like a single frag in that highlight reel. You always gotta ask, so what happened after that? Why is it just the one?
That's real. That's so real. White King running it down to a couple of USPs where they've had trouble before actually dealing with them, at least in the way that they would have liked to, as convincingly as they would have liked to. His stuffing is still under the balcony, pulls his USP into a player going for a kind of a risky maneuver on the movement, but Gash has mid. And they've got a 5th round. This T-side is shaping up to be something worth their while.
Yeah, already looking way better than they did at any point on Overpass, I think it's fair to say. The question now is, can Darkest Hour start to find some sort of way back into this? Like, realistically, you look back at these first 7 rounds and you start to realize, okay, so you got pissed around, great. And then MJB kills 3, baiting his team a little bit. I feel like those aren't the most convincing of rounds for the CT side as we get a tactical called out here for Darkest Hour. By the look of things as well, I think MJB said that there's no tech timeouts currently available, so...
Yeah, there's a couple of issues going on with the Faceit servers as it currently stands.
What? No.
Just a couple. Nothing crazy, only like all of it.
Exactly. Issues? No, we've never seen those.
No. Op for Nova, that's back in play. You can see him do some more of his shenanigans, perhaps. Maybe. Well, there's a little bit more hope left into it, but there's already a player flying up Cat. Oh my lord. Into the ladder room he'll go.
And they have no way of knowing this to Darkest Hour. I mean, they'll know it's
Just
open.
sit here all around.
Yeah, but like if White King doesn't make a move early, they won't anticipate it.
No. It's heavily underrated if somebody tries to rotate back through window. I think you'd probably want to make pressure towards A, actually, before you do this. But I mean...
They're ready for
yes,
this.
here he comes.
A drawn out fight. He needed to get one there. Now they can deal with the rest of this push. Stozide will get a frag, but bomb dropped towards the site. Telepathy gonna walk in. Toasty swinging into his crosshair. Still the 3-on-2.
It's a little bit silly there from Toasty. Didn't have really any need other than to just stay alive. They couldn't get to him. They couldn't cross to his position with them being at the window, and that's good. That's really good. Kerr getting that kill gives Stuffing the confidence to peek in, knowing he won't be trolling the round for his team.
Double up. Stuffing currently with the secondary. I feel like that does get tossed around a little bit if Darkest Hour do end up double opping. They don't all that often, but when they do, it's kind of a who's ever feeling it. Kind of when you secondary up, Tony. It's kind of the vibe.
The heck? Is that an insult?
It wasn't, but you took it that way, so now it is.
Oh. Okay.
I was more saying whenever you're feeling it, you up.
Oh yeah. That's real.
But it can be an insult if you want.
Which is all the time now.
True. First engagement for MJB. It was a tough one, but survives at 1 HP. Stuffing's gonna toss some utility there to deny player. How does that get extinguished? Never mind, doesn't matter. Grrr, he's got to. Gotta be checking those corners, and MJB, 1 HP, still pots out for another.
That's so crazy. He drops right next to him, and he's got no idea. He didn't even check when he dropped. He didn't look down even. let himself free fall, and that's going to be them free falling out of the round and out of cash to be able to buy up convincingly up against Darkest Hour before they tie things back up. Spoke a little bit too soon, perhaps, about the T side of the Tigers, as they did look better than they had previously. Yes, that is true, but even so, how much longer can that last for with Darkest Hour now? I mean, double up setup, didn't even really need it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw stuffing that round, if I'm being entirely honest. Eagles, and that's about it. This is a pretty maximum loss bonus that they're currently working with. That had no business doing that much damage.
That was silly. Downright silly. Oh, one player with...
No.
What?
Toasty the turds.
Nobody on B? MJB's playing for a retake now because they only have one player there. No, surely not. Damage already exchanged. Everyone's low, it's feeling like right now. They need someone to start swinging heavy, and the off is missing his shots, but MJB is not on the top of the balcony. He looked like he would have had an opportunity onto another, but eventually Nova will hit his. Bomb grouped up with one more, and one player stuck over towards A. This is a weird one.
Yeah, I think it looked a lot scarier towards the B site considering where Nova was located, but as soon as the information comes from MJB, Nova gets into position with this AWP, and it's kind of over from there. Very much indeed. Wait, hold on a second. There's a man at A. What's he doing over there?
Just hanging out.
He is hanging out. He kind of has a good spot, too. Stuffing might die.
No. He's jump spotting. If he gets killed on the jump spot, I'm retiring.
You are retiring? Not asking
Yes.
Stuffing to retire?
No, Stuffing doesn't deserve to retire if he gets killed on the jump spot, but no, not even that. He'll go wide out of the open. He can't even go down.
Oh, man.
He can do no wrong.
Tony, I want your professional opinion on missing the stair smoke.
My professional opinion. Is there even the difference between a regular opinion and a professional opinion about how... I can't say these things on broadcast.
Understood. I mean, I think that says enough. Viking, smoke the molly, go right through. Stuffing, he's once again about to be under pressure on site, calling for the rotation, and MJB dispatches with a head. Viking unable to do much against the onslaught of MJB, but Stuffing does go down on the site, so that's op gone.
I think the requirements for being able to hit the stair smoke are having fingers and a hand to use them. I think those are the requirements, by the way. That's my opinion. MJB with 4 before the round is done, before he's done at the very least, because it's not done just yet. Still, 1 versus 2. Bomb let loose, still in the center of the site, and a smoke to allow timing for his teammate to get back over before he loses his own life to Gash if he decides to go in for the fight. He would have to get a 4K of his own to make this one work. He's got HP, he's got a flash, and now, most importantly, he has the bomb. What he doesn't have is very much information as to where both of the CTs are coming from, but eventually he'll get it, but not in the form of which you would have liked.
Gash, all alone. I mean, AK always possible, but Toasty putting him down. MJB on a quad this round from the connector area. This has been quite the comeback, it feels, for Darkest Hour. Down 4-1, 5-1, something like that. They made the comeback?
Something like that.
Oh, I forgot. It's Face It now. I can look.
5-2.
Yeah, 5-2.
Pretty steep.
I forgot. I can just hit tab now.
I like that.
One improvement amongst a
Face It,
sea of devastation.
Yeah, did something right.
Slow clap.
Well, taps turn into a spray from Gurr, and he eventually pulls it back in. I'm surprised they actually didn't kill him by that point, but even so, he'll take a win. Because a win is a win. 3 HP on him. Jiggle to the top side of the palace, and it's going to be a headshot no less. Stazide, a little bit overkill there, but even so, he'll be happy with himself. Bomb's gone, though.
I want to be known that Gerd doesn't get that kill in CS2.
Oh my god. It's toxic.
He doesn't. I'm sorry.
I wonder what the Tech 9 is in CS2. I haven't used it yet.
It's
JB?
It's pretty nuts. It's the Tech 9, only like, you know, in CS2 headshots just kind of happen. Do you aim for the bottom?
Apparently, somebody said to me today that the head hitbox is, I think, 5% bigger in CS2.
It freaking feels like it.
Somebody said that today to me, I think. I don't doubt them.
Listen,
Silent jump.
people keep telling me my head's huge, and I don't think it's for that reason, but I'm going to choose to believe so. I think they're trying to say I have an ego or something, but that can't be it.
They ported Vince into Source 2.
Yeah.
Yo, they ported Vince into Source. Oh! the pointing Wojak me.
Yeah.
It's good.
Darkest Hour, nice little comeback here that they've made. Everybody kind of making some moves. I mean, specifically MJB, just casually 16-7. It's whatever.
It is whatever.
It's okay, I guess. If you're into that sort of thing.
What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean by that?
I can't answer that. I'm signing a lot of NDAs. Oh my goodness. He beat both the mollies. Nova's terrified. Oh, and unfortunately, YSL, I think, just doesn't swing quite wide enough, and not seeing stuffing his op will at least gather something. That bomb dropped in a tough spot, but he'll get away.
Dropping out now. A couple of bodies as they try and flood in. White King dispatching of them both with the help of some damage exchanged from his teammates beforehand. MJB now may as well just save. I mean, you can take away a couple of these guns. I think they're going to be able to buy up regardless of whether or not he stays in full capacity with all of this armor. I mean, he does have a lot, right? There's a lot of investment in him right now that he may as well try and hold on to, knowing the CT economy with 2 more rounds. Another kill would be great, and there it is.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're good. MJB down at 50 health, but all good. He tossed the molly. No!
No, that's good. Because now the player from behind him can't stop him from getting the gun.
Yeah, but that's $600. Very expensive piece of utility.
Yeah, but what if he died?
Well, that's a fair statement. But it's MJB. He would have died. It's fine. I had faith.
Okay.
Gun rounds, at least one more here. Though 15th, that'll be dependent on the outcome. I mean, Darkest Hour, they're out of cash. So, they lose this, they'll be in some trouble. Out mid, pretty quick. Pretty swift steps, and Gur. It's an ambitious swing, to say the least, and the op rings true onto Toasty on Catwalk. Trouble starting to brew, but stuffing, staying alive, and maybe keeping this relevant with a frag out towards A.
Here it is. The penultimate tie for the end of this half, where the battle for the final round will be somewhat lackluster from Darkest Hour, especially considering now that no one will have anything saved. Money's in the bin, but I mean, seeing as this is the map pick of Yes, winning out on this first half is going to be pretty nice for them.
To be fair, we've seen a lot of these USP rounds become problematic, and this is going to be far better than those USP rounds for Darkest Hour. So maybe. Just maybe.
Just maybe.
Of course, I could also be huffing the copium. We don't know. This early mid control for the Tigers has been solid enough. Gur, just outrageous swinging there with the 5-7. Getting not only the kill, but just swinging back. Not really taking any damage for the trouble. Toasty getting the calm right in time as the cap push comes through.
Shot in the back by the MP9. One bullet will do it.
There we go.
There it is. Okay. Maybe there is a little bit more legs to this round for Darkest Hour than I initially had given them credit for.
Nova even has a retake smoke?
It's huge. No mid presence. Nothing towards A ramp. Smoke to Palace. Minute left in the round. As soon as that B player spots something out, he's gonna desperately, need Nova to be able to come in to help. And he's got the defensive smoke that he can drop, but there's a player up Cat. How? He's probably wondering.
Well, he's hitting all the shots!
What?
Little jump scout. Back in time for Toasty! Oh my goodness. 3 kills to close the half. Everybody's here, having a good time.
What the heck?
MJB on 18-8 at the end of the half.
MJB farm.
Dark Sour somehow win that half. That is absurd.
I mean, the way that they want it, sure. Toasty's got to be having a little bit of that adrenaline pumping now. Some of that, I don't want to call it copium in its own right, that he can continue to hit shots like that just by clicking his mouse. But, I mean, you got to feel a little bit of that confidence level, and his teammates seem to need to nerf him.
Yeah. Sorry, he can't be having that.
You're playing too well, my friend.
It's going to be utility gone out smoke for CT and for jungle. Little double take there to let the be only getting one. And Gash fighting from the triple box. Almost got them all.
That was stinky.
ISL 1v2.
Holy lordy lord. Well, if there was anything that Gash could have done to give his team a fighting chance, it would have been that. No kit yet picked up by YSL. Sneaking through CT now. Both players taking up the same residency over towards the jungle side. One down and out through connector. Tap on. Not spotted by the player on top of it. And now he can kind of just play off the information of the player down below. He might expect both of them there, but he's got to be wiser to take at least one of these two 1v1s, and he will. Running Toasty through. And now only MJB tucked into the corner, and that's going to be it.
I love MJB just entirely playing his life there. Not even interested in the double swing. It's like, figure it out, Toasty.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Secure the round.
Absolute guarantee. That is 4 pistol rounds for Darkest Hour, I believe. I think. They got both of them on overpass, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't remember either, do you?
I don't remember, man.
Anybody fact check in chat, maybe? For 2 poor casters that are bad at their job, can't remember the previous map.
It was
0-2 in the beginning? Ah, thank you. Appreciate it.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
Appreciate the fact check. Grr. Nice shot.
1D. Oh. Hold on, let me try again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind.
One top.
Disregard.
You just... Grr, who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? 5-7. We're going to do a little bit more damage before the round is done with, but MJB will not allow it. Not in his house. 20, I think, secured now officially for him.
Indeed.
28.
That is the 20 bomber.
6 more rounds, assuming they win every single one here on out, for him to get 10 more kills and hit the 30 in regulation. It's a real possibility that he does hit that, actually.
I mean, if he continues at the pace he's been at, he absolutely does. Of course, continuing at that pace it's a difficult thing.
Yeah. For some of us.
All right. Ooh, suicide. Nice shot. At least it's going to be traded out. Well, what a turn. Little 180. It's 2-on-2. Trying to fight their way out. Nova, just the scout. Doesn't even hit the shot to get the tag. Certainly no frag. 3 kills already found. And Toasty, good for a clutch. We've seen it already. Can it happen again?
Here it is. The time for Toasty to make it all happen. But, I mean, it's going to be quite the question mark for him once he gets there. I mean, where could they be playing from after he finds even maybe one of them? It feels unlosable in the position where the bomb is put right now for the CT side. Toasty just needs to out-aim them. He simply needs to be better. So let's find out how that one's going to go now as he makes himself audibly known. He's got to smoke in a Molotov, though. Hold on now. Yes, beautiful use of the Molotov. I was going to say, that locks them both out and away. Little does he know, both of them are there. One with the ONS, which he just heard spam. The other with the A4, but the duel's still likely to come through, and he is going to take that fight, and he's going to waltz right into the 4K lined up for telepathy.
Yeah, like you said, the difficulty was where the bomb was located, and I guess the best case scenario for him was try and figure out a way to isolate those duels, but without knowing that both were there, he just has to be so scared of the flank there from TV room. Or the TV hallway, not so much a room. So,
Not a room?
Say again?
I feel like it's what constitutes a room?
I don't know. I guess it could be both. Nice tag. Nova boosted up at ramp. Doesn't get the kill out of it, but hey, damage done. I think that had to have been through the wall, though, considering it was with an op. Can a hallway be a room? That's the question. I guess we'll come back to.
I think so.
Kerr. Nice tap. This will be 3-on-4, though. Darkest Tower in some trouble still with this man disadvantage, and the bigger issue is their lack of utility. They've got one smoke and a flash to get themselves onto a bomb site.
I guess it's... I don't know. A part or division of a building enclosed by walls, floor, and a ceiling. The hallway has all of those.
It does, yeah, that's true. Gur has an opening frag onto the site, not taking much damage, but YSL here to seal the deal. Low HP on Nova, fast flank from White King, and that's the A lurk from MJB down. And now Gur would need them all, and he won't get any more. Just those two frags. Gur doing his best in that last round, but nothing found.
That was a kind of a crazy spray with the A4 to be able to just hold down, I think, considering he didn't even start on the body of the player. Those are the ones where I'm usually like, nope, I'm dead.
Yeah, that is...
I can feel it while I'm spraying.
Yeah, you know it when you start, you're like, this one's off.
I know there's no hope, but I continue to hold down mouse one in dire need of being able to find some shots in mid. The AWP swings out with a gap in the smoke. The Glocks are still going to be able to find 2 kills here, though.
I saw a full Glock win earlier today, so I'm a believer in anything, especially when Nova's recovered the AWP. That nade's going to be chunky, not quite as much as I had thought. And, well, never mind. Okay. I got maybe a little too ambitious there. I saw the ideas. Eyes got wide.
Knees weak, arms got heavy. There was vomit on your sweater already.
There was, actually. How'd you know?
And then you had to throw it in the washer. Never back down, never what? Say it.
Absolutely not. I refuse.
You are a bad co-caster.
My bad.
You know who would say it?
Who? Tell me.
Bart off in DDK.
You're right. They would. I agree. That is true.
I miss them. Anyway.
I think that's a hot take these days. Anyway, yeah. White King.
Probably.
First frag, and he's got a second with the op. Yeah, this
that was quick.
Yeah, didn't go as planned.
Did they get into some kind of controversy or something? Or?
No, just I think
okay.
Bardolph is the hot take nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I too am a Bardolph enjoyer though.
I mean, all the casters I like seem to fade off into obscurity, so.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Sadicus, man.
I knew
to ruin his own darn career. Dig!
There it is. Third time's the charm.
That'll do it. Gun can't quite be retrieved.
But they're gonna get onto the B site. Maybe get a plant out of this. Possibly, maybe a little bit. Stuffing. Good awareness. Op. Where's the op? What happened? Stuffing. Gets a freebie.
Where are you?
MJV is gonna get that bomb down. Presumably. Stozai, though.
Eventually.
Yeah, there we go. Numbers punched in. Low HP on Gur, but hey, a winnable round, actually.
Yeah. Still shots raining out from the pistols, and still shots coming back in from the rifles. And as Nova picks up one of his own, Gurr's got really nothing to utilize. Only the Deagle, but actually it's a Glock now. I'm not sure where his Deagle went. He had one, but maybe out of ammo, not going for the full reload. Nova just biding his time, trying to stay alive. The Glock is doing it.
What?
No! Kill 3. This is the round to remember. This is the turnaround for the game, and this is going to be them bashing their heads against the wall following this one on the VOD review.
So anyway, I said Glocks could do it, and Gurr delivered a Deagle headshot at the outset of the round, and then a Glock kill to help close it with the support of Nova on the ONS from bench. Darkest Hour gave up the lead, but now they say they won it back, and it's maybe here to stay as we tie the game 11-all. Look at the Tigers. They are all over the place in this spy round. Got an op, sure. With some MP9s and Nova. That's unfortunate. Headshots galore from that MP9. Little double dink to deny the AWP. And Stuffing took out a nade at the worst of times.
It's going to be this round that followed one that seemed miraculous and all of a sudden now feels like a rude awakening. Bad dream. Because right now, everything going the way of these rifles from then on. I say rifles, I mean one. One man that's done it all this round is YSL, and now MJB and Toasty just trying to work in tandem to get into the bomb site to at least get a bomb plant even. Oh, okay.
Maybe MJB could make it happen. This is going to be a swing to stairs. And Toasty got that frag as well, but Toasty's down and out. MJB on 22 HP. Surely he could not do this 1v3. No. That is the answer. Lead regathered for the Tigers. The good news is Darkest Hour saved. So they want a save round, they have money.
See what can be done to remedy yet another gut punch received by Darkest Hour now, as their money did afford them just enough to be able to put something forward competitively. White King with the vision on the other side of that smoke sees just enough of them before they make their way in to be able to find the kills that he needs. Now Nova can post, but Gurr needs to kill the player just below. It'll be Nova to do it instead.
The problem is that spray down the A4 looking very spicy in the double spray down department at the very least. And now Darkest Hour, it's bad news for them. They're out of money and they're running out of time, actually. 13 rounds given up and a 14th very likely to come considering the money that they currently have. They will at least have, you know, enough for a Tech 9 armor buy or Deagles if they want. But Darkest Hour are in some trouble.
My 9 a.m. is in trouble too.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Check watch.
How am I gonna catch my?
I don't know what you said because your mic cut off. But okay, there we go. It came back.
Catch my Z's, dude.
You don't need Z's. You have Counter-Strike.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yes is life.
Substitute Z's for Counter-Strike?
I think it's a like-for-like trade, really.
Okay.
I feel like the aim has, like, gone up at least 12% in the last, like, 4 rounds.
The
for
what?
Tigers. The aim skill has gone up, like, 12%.
They turned up the dial?
Yeah. Like, there's these shots that they weren't hitting before.
That's real.
I mean, White King has like come online in a huge way with the AWP, and I feel like YSL is kind of in that same boat. We were seeing like, listen, telepathy, got it. Yeah, has been playing well the whole time, and Stoza has been pretty good throughout. But in general, I feel like YSL and White King have picked up the pace in a crazy way in these last like 5 or 6 rounds.
talk about the fact that White King is online. He was extremely quiet for reasons not entirely of his own creation. He wasn't the one to inherently blame for that last map, I would say, and him not being one of the louder names to watch, but seeing him now on a map where it kind of is free reign for the AWP to have that level of impact, he hasn't really gone for anything. He's kind of just been playing in his spots, and hearing him and seeing him get these kills is going to be a great confidence booster for the time being for Tigers now, as they're pushed up pretty deeply into Palace right now. They're going to come into contact with a player at the bottom of it in a minute. Gash using the angle that Gur had in the last half. Toasty makes note of it, and now here comes the duel. An all-important one, because once he goes down, that's going to be them having so much info to play with than the CT side. This round becomes an infinitely more difficult one.
And the right call is try to maybe pressure Catwalk, get this kill onto Stowside, but unfortunately not really going to be the case for Darkest Hour. Taking a different tact. Bomb recollected. And it'll be back out towards mid for all 4 remaining T-side members. And now they spotted out this player ladder room. Overwhelmed. And Stowside. But White King continuing to have that impact. And it's Nova, the one caught out by the AWP. Oh, what? Grr! Are you kidding me? This guy has just been hitting outrageous shots throughout the game. MJB lurking out B. The bomb finally been collected, and the site is empty. Of course, they don't know that, but what is that shot? On the falling stuffing. White King making his way through mid, but it's Gur and MJB that are going to have to clutch out once again for Darkest Hour.
Gash's fast apps. They're going to be very close to one another in these duels, both from market and from the apartments, from all 3 different angles of full-pronged attack. From every position, they're going to be coming through. The Molotov is beautiful, forces Gur into an unfavorable position, into an unfavorable fight, as MJB's more than favorable for him on a swivel, able to find the double. The last player towards Catwalk with the AW. The shot, and Matt looked like he had a moment of clarity to where he might have known where he was placed. The bullet not going to be put where it needed to be, though, and that's 15. That's map number 3 on the horizon, with money in the bank for Darkest Hour to try and deny.
And Inferno, that would be our 3rd map. Exciting.
Gets into Mike. Exciting.
Yeah. It's, I just felt the need to get up close and personal there. Yeah, but just in general, we see the Tigers make their way back into this so consistently in the second half. Even though at times it looked a little bit slow to get moving, it's been near flawless here towards the end. Be Darkest Hour, though, on a last chance buy. Nova back on the AWP. He's been a little bit quiet this map, I think it's fair to say. And in some positions where you would have hoped to see him maybe thrive a little bit more. Stuffing making his way out. How's he not dead? Adjusts the spray, and Stuffing gets away. He'll have 2 frags, and the site available to put the plant down. Molotov to deny somebody over at stairs. The op will have to fall away. That allows Nova the positioning over Stowside. 2 remain for the CT side.
YSL trying to sneak his way back through. That's pretty much all she wrote, is even Gur will get a little bit tired of this round dragging on as long as it has. He wants to get this one into overtime as quick as possible, string along those next 3, and this buy is going to be pretty important for Tiger right now, actually, or the Tigers, excuse me, because they're kind of spread apart from one another to where they're going to be able to buy up rifles on at least 2 of these players in the capacity that they would want to. 2 of them are going to be with SMGs or a FAMAS, and YSL, he's got nothing but a 5.7. They're actually not even going to go for more than 1 rifle other than the sniper for telepathy, and it's not the player you would have expected to be holding it.
Yeah, it's been White King pretty much all throughout. But what looks like the B hit might be coming. A little bit of a contact play more than likely. Yeah, no utility invested yet. It's only when they get up close. Missing the flashbang is Stuffing. They won't check the balcony. Got to be looking for it. But the man with the op goes down on the site. MJB and Toasty, they get them all. White King, the only one to frag from the balcony, and it's just 1 that he's found. This might not be over. Inferno Not yet a guarantee.
Stozide's done. Stuffing doesn't let those go by. YSL, man, the one with the 5-7, he is just cowering in fear knowing what's been done to his teammates with the better weaponry than he.
Mm-hmm.
Bang. Nova sets that one in place.
What a critical round that we saw from Stuffing just a moment ago on A site. Now it's a team effort over at B site. And Darkest Hour, MJB with, by the way, I think a really good call. I mean, they haven't like contacted B like that. I don't think all T side. It was a good time to pull that out up against a pretty like half buy type of round or force buy round where they didn't have a ton of utility. And so there wasn't those mollies, for example, or the nades even to do damage on the push.
This is raising the white flag for this round right now, Tigers. Waving it around, making sure that they know, Darkest Hour, that this is their Trojan horse, maybe even a better way of looking at it. They send in the peace treaty. You guys can have this round. It's yours. With the promise that next round comes the big bang.
They've
war,
hurt Toasty,
if you will. Oh,
nice double ding from Gash. Right onto the AK too, and that's White King was about to take that AK and not drop the 5-7. Stozide gonna get one frag out of this. The problem for the Tigers is that there's far too much space to cover, and an AK far too valuable to give away with no real chance at success or further victory. So White King will hang on to that. Gash will take that 5-7 into the next round.
You rolling a dice right now? You checking for perception?
Yeah, actually it was a, you don't want to know. It was
okay.
18.
Oh. Well, oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know what like it was for. It was like
No. I was rolling the okay, if you must know. I was rolling the dice to see if Darkest Hour were going to win this game.
And
I told you it was 18.
Oh.
Do with that what you will.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay.
Alright, I got my dice here. Let me grab my D20.
Oh, he's getting it out. Let's go.
I'm rolling to see if Nova aces this round. I rolled a 9, so it's not looking great.
I've seen crazy.
Not to say that it won't happen, though.
It would be insane if Nova did ace this round. Nova
critical success. Oh,
almost got pre-fired there. Did
critical
get pre-fired.
failure.
Yeah. Nade follow up. Nobody is still in that position, so no damage done on the HE. JB here to sell a bit of a fake. He'll catch that nade right between his teeth. Near maximum damage. 52. I think -5 is max. 47 is max damage. Or 53 rather.
nice.
That is a very nice entry. Frag Stuffing will go down though.
Oh,
Trying to cross towards the site. Oh, and this is brutal for MJB. His rotation cut off at the knees.
Retake util is through. They've got CT, but they need to get this kill. They need it now, and oh no. It goes for a trade even. More work to be done.
But they're doubled up CT.
Oh no.
Surely they don't expect both here. Or maybe they do. Toasty will get overwhelmed. It's up to Gur in the 1v2. We've seen him clutch. He's going to need another one. Nobody holding on this defuse. Damage done through the smoke. Is there enough time?
Yes, he's got it. Ooh. Wow. Just like that, man. We go to map 3. I gotta get my camera all set up. I was kind of lounging right there, to be completely honest with you.
We do like a little bit of lounging. But yeah, a little bit of a tough loss there. I feel like the comeback was right there, you know, right within grasp. But unfortunately, just some really good step-ups. I think it's super awesome to see what we saw between like Overpass and then the end of Mirage from the Tigers. Like in general, they stepped up big time, and some of those players that we were seeing missing in the first map showed up big time for the second. White Team being one of them, YSL another, and as a whole, I felt like we continued to see that good performance from Telepathy, especially. Felt like he was consistent across the board, getting like, even if it was just like a kill, it was an impactful kill, just like in that last round where he drops the bomb on the cross towards triple.
Yeah, certainly, as you say, a little bit bittersweet being so close to locking down at least an attempt at an overtime, but they were never really, I would say, in the driver's seat to win the game by any stretch. Darkest Hour, it always felt like they were all just there, and by the end of it, it felt like that they had finally showed up to the point where it looked like overtime was in the cards. And although the clutch might not have been there, a couple of kills here and there might have swung it into their favor to be able to make it happen. It's unfortunate, but we got map 3 to look forward to anyway, and Inferno is El Clasico, as mentioned previously. We get to see the best out of these both teams, hopefully, now seeing as both of them have a map win of their own.
That we will. Time to take a short break. When we come back, Inferno up next. See you then. it's time to get the knife underway. Map number 3, Darkest Hour. The map they couldn't get away from. And for the Tigers, their first time here.
What? Did I read that right?
I don't know what was said. I have it muted.
Your fridge is small. Your beer is room temp.
Oh yeah. That's a classic MJB copy pasta.
Is that real? I don't. That's okay.
Yeah, it's very real.
Okay.
You don't want your beer to be room temp. Come on.
You don't know me.
I do know that you don't want your beer room temp. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. You do know me. You know me so well.
Like, that is a statement I can be sure of. The Tigers on the T side. By the way, Stuffing dropping into Mexi there, kind of goated.
Yeah.
Like, he got 3 kills, just right-click 3 people. It's kind of crazy.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated position.
Little knife round tech for you.
Tech. That's good.
You know, gotta get every little advantage you can.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty passive approach for the CT side on a pistol round, I feel. Like, doubled up a new box. Or maybe boosted? I don't know, actually. Let's find out. Hold on, I'm in chat. Not boosted is the answer. Repalis or Apps Pop?
Who's Alula? Wait, what?
Wait. Who
All
is
right, well,
Alula?
either way, they're getting run over right now by the T's. It looks like Tigers have gotten themselves everything that they need, but I'm trying to figure out in my brain who left.
Yeah, no.
Stepped in.
YSL is gone.
YSL is gone. What?
Hold on a second. Did they change their name?
Sad. That's sad. Bring it back.
No, Alula is like a different player entirely on the roster.
All right.
Well, that's interesting.
And somebody dropped out from Darkest Hour. See you later.
Oh boy.
See you, Gur. Gur is done. He's had enough.
He's over it.
I'm done with my subbing. This is it.
Oh, I think I accidentally hit the X-ray machine and broke it. There we go. Gur's already back. So I don't know if tech timeouts are still barked. So it's a good thing Gur's back. Is all I'm saying.
Curious to say the least.
Is
The
that
amount of ins and outs we've got going on, but that's a double scout buy from the CTs.
is that another Gojo profile pic for telepathy? I forget. Are you an anime enjoyer?
I know Gojo is.
You know who Gojo is that we said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Gojo profile pics lately.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, I can't really tell if that is him, though, or not. I guess it is.
It is. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, you would be. Weeb.
Is that a problem? Do you have a problem with weebs?
No. I'm just
Chat,
stating-
go after him.
stating a-
Get him. Get him.
I'm just stating a fact.
Get him.
I'm a weeb. I'm somewhat of a weeb myself, hence the picture of Willem Dafoe.
Ooh.
Either way, we've got some early damage eaten up by Toasty Scout. He's going to be the one eating a majority of it for the time being. He'll be chilling pretty with that while his teammates have to worry about the B bomb site. 2 of them. Matter of fact, it's actually he who's sitting up there, back towards back hall. Stuffing's got an SMG and no help. He'll be able to find his even still, though, and they're not yet crossed into the site to where they can stop him. His note finds one over through the smoke somehow from spawn. Good luck. Okay.
Good, hey. A nice find. This is 4-on-2. Very winnable. And the MAC-10 as well. Okay, that was a nut shot from White King, just swinging all the way through. Excuse me, Toasty, that wasn't even close to on him. He's got another shot through the smoke. Sure, they'll go down, but the HP is so very low now for the Tigers. Nice little pop
Gap
flash.
bomb Nova.
From Gur. Nova is going to do the tapping. Spray, not transferred, but Nova pops out and has the kit.
What? That is an insane round to pull through. That is just... That's just chaos. That's all it is.
I mean, like, let me just go through the things that happen there. So Toasty gets like 2 tags through smoke while moving, right? Nova gets a kill through smoke on the cross. And then on top of that, Nova has a kit in the force buy. Which, goated, underrated. But how many times do you see a kit in the force buy?
No.
How many times have you bought a kit in the force buy?
Not enough.
Yeah, same. I certainly haven't ever bought that kit. Gur, though, he is just that guy. Swing it all mid. MJB down mid of the main variety. And they're all dead. Blink and you miss it.
I did blink. Do it again.
Sorry, you missed it. Too late.
Run a turbo. Rather that is quite the astonishing string of rounds to put together, I will say, after having the start to both round 1 and 2 that we had. This gets a little curious now. I'm not entirely sure what to make of either of these two teams in terms of the consistency level I can come to expect for the rest of this game, but even still, this will be a good start for them to at least get their buffer built before the guns are back for the side of the Tigers.
Maybe I can provide some insight for you, at least for the Darkest Hour side of things.
Okay.
Inferno has been a map they've played a lot, but it's been incredibly scrappy. Anytime Darkest Hour play Inferno, you can expect a bunch of shenanigans. Even if they're winning, shenanigans do ensue. And much like what we saw there in that force buy round. So, I don't know how much more of that we should expect, but it is not entirely unexpected.
Expect the unexpected.
Ah.
That's my advice to you. Specifically you.
Specifically me? Are you alluding to anything there?
Perhaps. Perhaps. Or maybe nothing at all.
One will never know.
Okay. Stuffing making good. I think Stuffing is actually one of the better FAMAS players I know. I don't really like the FAMAS at all. I would rather use an SMG, but he makes it work, and that dink is just kind of a spooky one to receive, not knowing that there was a player on the other side able to trade on the wide swing, but White King is so far down through mid. He's got the bomb. He's just going to have to sprint into B in the next, 5 seconds and kill 3 people as he does it. There's a smoke up in his face, so good luck with that, my friend. May as well just go down before time.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Time running out.
Oh.
Well, that's tough, Toasty.
That shot. Oof.
Feels bad. Yeah, I will say, I do have to agree. Stuffing's FAMAS does feel very consistent. Toasty gonna drop the AWP over to Nova. That is something on Inferno, by the way, also to look out for. Nova's CT side up is kind of insane on this map.
True.
Like, he farms this map for opening kills.
It's one of his specialty maps, I'll tell you that. Definitely is true.
Oh, they're so blind. Everybody can't see. Actually, hands over face, but MJB is there for the frags. Galil working the magic. And a nice flick to end out the round from Nova.
All right, Mr. Anime Guy, what's the profile pick Nova's using?
Oh, we went over this before. Hold on, let me go find it. I forgot already.
I didn't go over nothing.
No. I went over it in a previous
In my
cast.
own head.
Yes, in my own head. Agreed.
Life's not out to get you. Toasty tossing out that smoke to the bottom of Banana right now, allowing Stuffing to either go for a peek or at least claim lay of the land with the utility that he has on his belt as well. Spams down through mid, does elicit a nade down and deep as well, and it will be received in kind. It's now the CTs sitting pretty, waiting for something to happen in their part of the map as they don't go too far aggressive on either other extremity. They're going to be waiting, luring their opponents into their trap, wanting them to execute into their bomb site with their lack of utility.
I've retrieved the answer. It's from Blue Lock.
Okay.
Soccer anime.
That's why his eyes are blue.
Something like that. That's not the reason, but it's fine.
That's why they're blue.
Because anime eyes. Stuffing. Got the flash from his teammate. It's a nice spray down there with the AK. Running out of bullets. The Deagle of White King has been pretty good.
Another one.
Maybe more. MJB's a little scared that...
Aim lock?
Say again?
Aim lock? Just aim locked him through the wall? He's hacking?
Yeah, yep. I guess so. That's the only reasonable explanation.
Pretty sure. Crisp, clean locks, boys.
How many people know what that's actually from these days?
I don't know, man. That was how many years? Like 6 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while now. Like, at one point,
crazy.
everybody knew, but I don't know that anybody knows anymore. Only the OGs will get that one.
Nobody knows about it. Oh, I was going to say nobody knows about this D either, because it looked like the auto director was setting us up for quite the shot. But this one's actually going a little bit quicker than maybe we had anticipated initially. It's already 5-1. Darkest Hour, still feeling it. Still getting the ball rolling, getting it moving after the end stages of Mirage as they got closer and closer to the overtime call. It might not have been over the line, but even so, they were getting warm enough now to where this is once again a game on our hands in their favor.
And once again, Stuffing. I mean, he was the guy to watch in the first half of Overpass. He's currently the guy to watch at 10-4. Speaking of auto director, by the way, auto director has been kind of funky already this game. Alula? What? Where is Alula? They just sat in a Molotov for so much.
Middle of banana.
Oh, yeah. That will happen.
Jinx.
A little flashbang to get Stuffing some positioning over there. Great adjustment from Telepathy.
What?
Okay, Nova.
You didn't see him. Say oops. Say oops right now. He's got different smoke settings than me.
Yeah, I don't get those kills at all. Those are just not... They're not people on my screen.
Only person who's real, so nobody's people but me.
Nova.
Oh no.
That's tough. MJB goes down as well through smoke by the look of things. This round, well, it was looking good, and then it wasn't very quickly.
It's your teammate.
Save called already for Darkest Hour, as you would tend to expect. Gotta keep that eco very friendly.
Clearing everything out, making sure nobody's hiding any of these crevices, waiting to make something sneaky hit go down. It's the MVP being picked back up off the body of Nova inside of the site. He can buy one of his own even still in the next round, but that'll be nice for the T's if they so choose to use it. Maybe they're going to toss it out, but it seems as if they'd like to hold on to it for the time being. So, with the 2 guns saved, Darkest Hour are going to be still pretty happy for the rest of this half, it feels like. In terms of their economy, it'll take a lot for them to lose out on what they've built.
I think it's time for me to take a moment to talk about my legal obligations to mention Toasty's profile picture. Avatar: Last Airbender, best anime ever. It's fine. Don't give me that.
Avatar is not an anime.
Once again, you're just unfortunately wrong. I'm sorry to say.
It's not an anime.
I will actually square up and fight.
It's an American animated show. It's not even anime. It's categorically incorrect.
Categorically, I don't care. Flashbang for Gash to get Stozide up mid in towards bracket, but there's still a player Boiler right now. What's happening over there? Gur, okay, he's just hanging out inside Boiler. MGB's there too. Excuse me. Oh, never mind. MGB is dead. Trying to take that shot up against Telepathy, but won't find any success. And now Nova's under pressure on the Bellum side.
Under pressure indeed. Feel it beginning to mount, and as everything collapses around, this A-bomb site's looking more and more susceptible as the rounds go by, as yet again, these 2 players are left to save what they've got, and they shouldn't be tested in holding on to it. Gets a little bit worrisome now, though, as the same issues seem to arise time and time again. Maybe a risky maneuver required into this next round to bully back some of the early aggression and map control put forth by Tigers if they want to continue to take the lay of the land in this area of the map.
Might just Bazinga. I don't know what Bazinga in this context means. Sorry,
Who said that? Did you say
MJB
that?
stands for Might Just Bazinga.
Might just bazinga. That's so cringe. We're so cringe.
I mean, I didn't say it.
Yeah,
See,
well,
I just repeated it, and that makes it better somehow.
sorry, Sea Escape. Calls it as I sees it. I'm the most cringe out of them all. That was so derp. That was so. Oh my God. That was so silly. So goofy even.
Oh, I love it here. This is great. I'm so happy to be here right now.
Derp. I haven't heard the word derp since like 2004. And that wasn't
Okay,
even.
that's
I
fake
didn't even know
news.
English words.
The derp didn't exist in 2004.
You don't know that.
I mean, I was alive then. I don't think I was thinking about anything.
I don't think I was thinking about anything.
I mean, I was
About
5 years
anything
old.
at all. I had
My head
no
was
thoughts.
empty. My head was empty.
Bro didn't have sentience until he was 6, I guess.
I didn't.
He didn't have a brain. Oh my gosh! Wow, we're having a little bit too much fun right now.
There's no
As the
such
proud
thing.
starter of the MJB stands for, I accept my cringe comments, and that's real.
Did you start
That's
at
so real
CS
of
Game?
you.
I don't know if you did. It's been around for a little bit at this point.
No, I don't know what just happened in my brain. I just like melted. I was gonna say something and my brain melted.
Apparently,
players are-
apparently you also didn't have a brain until 6 years old.
I actually just gained consciousness. That sound was me gaining consciousness.
You did months ago? Okay. Well, I'm a proud proliferator of your MJB stands for.
Proliferator, wow.
Yeah.
That was good. Did you learn that in 7?
I did actually. Actually, it was my 8th grade SAT words.
Very good. That's MGB on the top of the balcony now, making sure that he is aware of the fact that the bomb site is his. The A bomb site lays under lock as the rest execute out towards B. There's 2 players still stuck out in a way, but soon they're going to have to make their way back in order to stop the attack.
I'm sorry, I read chat. I'm in shambles. What? Nice shot for White King. Can get away with that one, Nova.
MC escape. Jay started
Yeah,
Ben.
yeah, I know. That's why I was laughing. Toasty and MJB will get a frag apiece. Gash now in the clutch.
Bink.
Tap away. Nade does land. It's
Oh.
perfect. That's that max damage we were talking about. Nova with a pistol, but he
Oh.
can't do it. Gash with the 3K up recovered. And Sea Escape. I'm gonna be honest, that is way funnier than it should ever be.
It's not funny at all.
It's hilarious and you know it.
Can't believe I laughed as hard as I did at that.
It's because it's funny. I'm in shambles right now. Actually in shambles.
I'm
As is
actually
this
in real
cast.
life shame. I can't wait to just go. I don't have any milk in my fridge. I was gonna say make some warm milk and then fall asleep and be the eebiest kitten in my bed for the rest of the night.
I don't know
I
how
have
to
a
respond to
CCT
that.
cast tomorrow. I just realized. Anyway.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
No, shut up! This can't be real. Nova, thank the Lord that this round goes its normal way, because if that was the way they were gonna pull away with the win, I would have felt cheated. And it looks like they've reined it back into where it should be. Logical conclusion met. 1 player left standing. Gur with 16 health and a deagle. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Nova, I'm sorry, bud. You didn't deserve that kill. You just didn't. You're well
What?
deserved.
Stop. That's how you use a deagle.
Nope. What? That's the second time in a row he's done that quick scope in CT.
And it walks. How does this happen?
How could this happen to me?
That's what he's saying. CT. Was it? I wonder if it was the same player.
I don't think it was, but either way, it's absurd. At least it was a quick scope, so it doesn't show the fact that it was basically a no scope on the kill feed.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, that's even more tilting. If you see the like, no scope thing and then the smoke thing, you're like, oh, why me? Tag timeout. This was a 5-1 game, wasn't it? Sure was. It's now 5-5.
slave? You find out. Press tab.
I did do the thing, and I confirmed.
Confirmed. Do we? Maybe I'll ask that later. Anyway, 5 to 5. AWPs galore. White King's got his. He was temporarily relegated from that weapon in the last. What?
I've just realized Suicide's 0-10.
It's okay.
I mean, but they made this 5-round comeback, and he's 0-10. How'd that happen? Sorry, that sounded way more toxic than I meant it to. My bad, Suicide. Not the intention there.
Yeah, right. There you go.
I just had to talk a little smack, you know? All part of the plan.
Now we're going into the site. He wants a little bit more. Okay.
Alrighty then. I should just shut my mouth, hey?
No, I mean, we should test this. We should limit test right now. Say something about somebody else.
All right, if you insist. Honestly, Stuffing, I'm gonna need you to carry harder, bud. Only 10 and 7. Figure it out.
Real. Okay, so now watch. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Stuffing gets this kill now. Damn it, Toasty.
NT though.
Home site, he'll get it. Yeah, NT. He'll get his.
They are hunting him down a little bit. Gash making their way in. 57 HP. What was the question you wanted to ask? We now have time.
We have interview?
Yeah, typically.
I don't know if this is an interview. Oh wait, yeah, of course the Duocaster interview. I'm silly.
A little silly wacky.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh my, come on.
What? And it's not the guy swinging him. It's the op from CT, like, through the wall. Brutal. No op saved. Well, there wasn't an op to be saved. No rifles saved. That's the word I'm looking for. This has been a crazy run of 5 rounds in a row. Down mid. Let's send it. Yeah, those are fights the 5-7 just went. Stuffing and Toasty. A couple of kills. They've all lined up, though, for Gash. And, okay, little team kill there at the end. Telepathy. That's your teammate. Next time, don't shoot him.
Device to live by while you're playing this game for sure. Don't shoot your teammates. Probably.
Said somebody once, I'm sure.
Think. Likely.
I'm on board with that. All right. On the real, though, talking about the AWP, love to see Nova get something going here with his op. Unfortunately, Gash is currently on a roll. He's not missing shots. 14 and 8 and counting. Nade should do the damage. Gurr gonna get the dunk. No, down to 3 HP, but still alive as White King on the A site is just a memory at this point for Darkest Hour. They can't remember the last time they held it because it's gone almost immediately.
Ready and waiting down through mid. Looked like there might have been a chance for the op to find the kill on the initial swing, but he had to go a little bit wider than that to claim it, but eventually he shall. Try as he may, MJB, they're on your hunt. They're coming from either side now.
What is this from? What do you?
Jaws?
Oh, okay, dude. Yes. Sorry.
Dude, that was a perfect rendition.
You're right. There was no problems there whatsoever, and I'm just kind of an idiot.
I just played it on my keyboard.
That was on your keyboard?
Yeah.
You had it set to the mouth bopping?
Yes.
Setting?
I had the thing you put in your mouth, the thing you put in your mouth, the tube, and then you press the button, and then you speak, and it like... You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I gotta send you that at some point.
All right.
It's pretty cool. Tone deaf. I'll show you tone deaf.
I mean, I'm actually tone deaf, to be honest. Like, maybe not for real, but Might as well be. So it could be me as much as it could be actually Tony's tone deaf.
I think Chad is tone deaf. I'm gonna take your side on this.
My side for.
Which is also mine.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What?
What is I mean?
It's not fair anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be all she wrote for this round. 30 seconds in, and okay, they're just shooting each other for funsies now.
Once again, I feel like I'm watching a very different game. Like the first 6 rounds, like I was watching a different game of Counter-Strike. The same thing happened on Mirage. Like they're at the final, maybe 10-ish rounds of the game. It's like I felt like we were watching 2 different teams play, and that's not meant to be like, trashing Tigers here. It's just, I don't know, like out of nowhere, Gash started becoming the best player in the server. It's gonna be tough with Nova starting at 50 health.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough mentally as well as in game, having to work at such a disadvantage. This one's starting to spiral out of control just a little bit there. Nice boost over the top of the smoke. The logs is going to be an unanticipated angle for Toasty. And the player at the wood is going to have no info based on the fact that he was hiding, crouched, ready and waiting for them to wait their way through. But looks like they have an idea that he could be there. Eventually, he'll be half blind after he finds his first kill. He'll go down to MJB. What can you do in a 1 versus 4 turn 3? One more player to take a 1 versus 1 with up in mid and the bomb at the bottom of the steps. Still a possibility, but the 14, a reload, and not ready for the swing from the backside of the arch. Is this 10 to 5? It's double the round count. It's 10 on the T side, no less. Going into the defensive, what more can we see from the Tigers if they can close this one out in 6?
Yeah, I think that realistically, this is maybe the toughest we've seen Dark Tower down on Inferno, at least that I have. There've been some difficult Inferno games, but down 10-5. And the thing is, the last, let me just look. Okay, 9 rounds? It just looked like they were getting out-aimed, like, the whole time. It didn't even look competitive in gun rounds. And that's, unfortunately, harsh as it may seem, that is the reality. Can you spam that with the Glock? Does that go through?
Were they
Your mic cut out, but they were spamming the right side window from...
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Let me go fly and see.
Fair enough.
All right, my trackpad on my laptop isn't working.
Well, we'll find out later. It's going to be the site take here today.
Yes, you can. You can.
Oh, okay. Good to know. No damage done, but at least you're not crazy. He's going to get 1 frag. MJB gets another. And, okay. I think Stuffing was going to get a knife kill there, or whoever was in that pit, but got denied. Stolen away by a teammate. Greedy teammate not giving them the kills. Dualies, though, ×2. This is still very winnable. What?
Okay. A 1v1 all of a sudden. Telepathy, he's gotten his way into this one. He has to know MJB was here, but in close range. The Glock's still more than threatening enough against that weapon, and that's it. That's an attempt that came damn near close from the Tigers, but a save here more than likely, I would expect. They're not exactly on double. They're going to have a decent buy with players with some solid utility and weaponry. Pistols kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to give away if you're saving, you know? Like if
$500 just kind of for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, even if it gets kills, the problem is then your buy round is significantly worse off for it. That's the difficult part.
Oh, he's trying to bait Nova into that peek from Gash. Doesn't do it in quite the way he wanted to, but eventually he'll get it.
USP into the AK, that's a gunfight that you're going to be losing as the USP 9 times out of 10. The final 3 members of the Tigers over at the B site. As I think it's time. I think it's time to stand up. I'm dying here.
You need to do some stretching?
Yeah, I'm in the process. We got standing Vincent casts. They're being real careful.
The other team is trash talking their own teammates in dead chat. That's cool.
That's certainly a vibe.
That's a vibe. That's real.
That's North America is what that is actually.
That's relatable AF.
Is it though? Is it really?
Nah, I do it all the time.
See, but the difference is I'm not toxic like you, so you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I forgot. You've seen the real me. The one I hide behind all
when
of the...
you want to be. It's gonna be a pretty easy round to go away with, and I mean, look, all 3 5-7s still alive, still kicking, $500 more broke, but
the bad news is, it's like, yeah, I understand why they're saving them. It's not like bad to save these.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but now they're just irrelevant.
He could have had an op and body armor. No, he couldn't have.
Not quite, but
could have had an op and no armor.
Glass cannon.
Could have had more utility. That guy could have had an A1S with a utility on his belt.
Yeah, I mean, we are splitting hairs. To be fair,
I'm not. That's a big deal for me personally. It's not even a splitting of the hair. I think it's just kind of bad money management at this stage in the game. I think it should have been a little more calculated than. I guess if we're gonna have a couple of USPs, I should buy a 5-7, I guess, and no utility and no body armor.
You know, I think it's the difference between, think about it as like a team economy, right? As opposed to I can work with, like, you know, one less HE, or
maybe Bro's a FAMAS player.
Not a mall. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, never know. Or an MP9 player? Excuse me?
I prefer it.
They're saving.
Yeah, I guess that also makes some sense.
I mean, it does, but then they could have bought. I'm so confused. I mean, this is now a very winnable round, at least.
It makes sense that they've saved the 5-7s if this is how they were going to use them.
Right. Yep. Very much so.
Nice nade. Not a whole lot of utility, and I don't like the fact that the utility that they have isn't being used actively to get into some sort of stance of power, but here comes Stuffing. He's going to meet the other SMG. He was blinded, and keeps his wits about him and slows down just a tad to allow his teammates to regroup and reform. Oh, hold on, though. Oh, 5-7, potent in close range proximity. Medium range just enough for the headshot to be lethal.
That is exactly how you want to use that 5-7. Doubled up now for long haul, and Gur will get a frag, but that's traded out. Very scary now. But there's still just one man left over on the B site. The counter flash comes through, but it's only going to delay Darkest Hour for a slight moment. Alula.
Flash from Stozide.
And flash. Apparently not needed. Nova's the one doing a little team blinding there. MJB will get the trade, but it's still Darkest Hour down by one. A Molotov to create some space and hold station so that CT doesn't get pushed.
Nice. And good read. Okay.
Great finds. MJB here to bail out Darkest Hour in this round. Damage done, sure, but Stozide gonna need a 1v2.
MJB stands for Matt's Just Better. I think we said that one already, didn't we? Or did you? Or did somebody in chat?
I think you said that already.
Did I? I know I said Matt's Just Butt. I definitely said that one on Overpass.
I think it's more like money just ballin'.
Might just bounce.
I don't know if MJB appreciates all of our, like, options here, but I hope he does.
Maybe.
What's up, David?
Marijuana joints blunts. I think he's just a profane individual.
My jumping bones?
My what?
I don't know what that means. Shout out, David. How's it going, buddy? All right. Well, Nova.
I didn't mute my mic, bro. I was laughing too hard. Oh my god.
Listen, it was funny. I don't know if it's that funny. I can't say that one on stream, Wolf. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you have to cast.
Dude, oh my goodness, it's not that funny. Ooh, Lula, nice shot. Gets dinked as well. But hits the shots onto Toasty. That'll leave the Tigers with a man advantage. A small one, but good enough. Stuffing. Tossing the smoke. This is still a 2-2 split, though, right now. Bomb, sure, top banana, but now the man disadvantage. It feels like Darkest Hour need to get grouped up, and they will. Smoke goes out, but there's still another smoke for the official hit, and there will be one for Coffin as well. There we go. Stuffing's so far ahead. The spacing's crazy. He's lucky to get one frag out of it, and MJB with a very late trade onto the orange box. I don't want to look at chat. 3v3 for Darkest Hour as they'll just barely get that bomb down in time.
Nova still alive and kicking. Nice adjustment onto the head of the player as the smoke fades. All he needs is a little bit of vision, and it'll take a lot to make it happen. This my jumping bones still stands on top of the coffins. His teammate in the back of the site sustains significant damage, but not enough to where they have to worry. It's a shot that needs to be landed before anything else, and there he is. The man himself springing to life to close this one out. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt. I can't. He's like...
Well, bro is turning into the Joker. That's so true. MJB with a nice 3K. Able to shut down all of the potential retakers.
I just keep looking back.
You gotta stop yourself. Why not? You gotta stop yourself.
That's an exclamation point. I just don't get it. I just want to hear him say it. I want to hear him say the line.
The worst part is that you laughing makes me laugh. It's a vicious cycle here. He's actually been hit by Joker laughing, yes. Actually real.
Oh my god. For real. Actually, yes. Oh my god. Okay.
This is not going to be the easiest of rounds, but with the FAMAS enhanced, it was perfectly fine. Stuffing, again, just a little bit too far ahead of the team, I feel like, whether that be miscommunication or him just hope he's going to get that frag. Last bullet in the chamber for Gurr to get the kill has brought this back, and it seems that nothing more really going to be found. White King thought he was dealing with the P250, and he found MJB's AK. You good, Tony?
Yeah, I'm good.
Think unhappy thoughts, like getting up for your 9 a.m.
I can do that. I can think some unhappy thoughts right about now. You don't gotta elicit those for me. I got plenty to share. You guys need any?
I think we're good. I'm chilling.
Okay.
All right.
AWP. Been relatively quiet, I'll say. Nova being touted as one of the better Inferno operas you'll see, especially at a main level. Right now, he hasn't really shown up all too much. On the other side of things, it has to be said that the CTs haven't really been doing many crazy activities with it either. So now we just kind of lie in wait to see who will jump into the kill feed first in the tied up 10-10 round.
It's map 3, Jackro. It's to his eye, tossing a molly. That will not really stop anybody. Banana control in Darkest Hour's possession, and what happened? What's that smoke about?
No.
I need to cue your smoke. What is this? Like that clip?
What are you talking about?
Well, the clip of you asking what the hell that was with the smoke on Mirage.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, I remember. I was there.
Yeah, that was you who was saying those things. This is solid. I mean, this fake has worked. One player on the B side, and it's White King. Oh, but he's got a second.
No!
What a turn! Nova 1v5, baby!
Here it is, 20 seconds. We've seen him do it tons and tons of countless times before. This guy. Let's see him jump around this smoke and get the first. Stazoid. Okay, that's it. Stazoid, I meant. That's it.
All
Me
right.
jousting bananas.
No disrespect, but Stozoid is a better name.
Stozoid would be sick.
I'm just saying. Missed opportunity.
Stozide? Stop. What have you even been
I've
calling
been
it?
saying Stozide. I don't know how right that is,
Stozide,
but
yeah.
you know, we give it our best shot. Better than what I've been calling telepathy.
Telepathy.
It doesn't help that you keep messing with me.
Telepathy. my jumping bones. God, I love that. I love it so much.
Me jousting bananas. That's a good one.
If you're gonna join the chat, the first rule of joining the chat is you have to come up with a stupid anagram or what's it called? Is it an anagram?
No, that's when you can spell things backwards and forwards, right?
Acronym for
Acronym.
MJB.
Come on, Jackro, all eyes on you, bud.
It's all eyes on you. Stuffing. He's got his eyes turned to the wall, expecting a flashbang to come down, expecting for Nova to send one his way as well. Blinds him more than he blinds the opponent, and that's going to be him falling, meeting his maker, as MJB does the same. The op being juggled around many different hands. And that's it. An anagram is when you unscramble a word to spell a different, or a bunch of letters to spell a word.
Yes, you are right. I'm a big dummy.
Yeah,
Palindrome is what I was thinking. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think of
This
that.
party.
That was Wolf in chat.
STX is good. 50 seconds left to save. This is going to be a boring round.
I think you need to check the letters there, Sticks.
Might just be.
You might just be.
Matt juggles balls. Anyway.
Don't need to be a child. Come now.
What do you mean? That's what else do you juggle?
I don't know.
Triangles?
Sandbags?
Squares? What?
I mean,
juggle sandbags.
Personally, I personally juggle axes.
That's impressive. I do chainsaws, but
aren't you cool? That's what I gotta graduate to. It's kind of like, you know how you go into like the dojo and you have like different belts. That's kind of like the black belt of juggling is chainsaws.
I juggle blenders that are on and plugged in. I juggle babies.
You do what?
I juggle one blender, one baby, and one chainsaw.
Wait, dude, you're the Flash.
Circular.
From the latest Flash movie, juggling babies.
Does he do that? You spoil the Flash movie?
It is the opening scene. I don't want to hear it. Are we live? Yeah, we're live.
Barely.
This is a shambles of a broadcast, but
it's fun.
Everybody's having a good time. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, Galil in the hands of MJB, the two guns that were saved are going to be the ones they're going to be looking towards to make it all happen, though. They've got utilities spread across a couple of these players to where this round isn't entirely hopeless at all. They can definitely find their openings and make them work. Capitalizing upon the space they gain, though, is going to be priority numero uno. Banana is lost. 40 seconds already off the clock, and then you're going to need to get it back because the CTs have a semblance of all that can go down in this round as of right now.
What an important round for Darkest Hour. I mean, for the fact that they are having so much trouble. I know exactly what you saw, by the way. I held it in.
Really strong.
Yeah. Shut up. Bottom Banana in control of Darkest Hour for the time being. And MJB is trying to lurk out, but Gash is just bedded in, gets the flash, and he's covered. MJB had no chance to fire back. And it'll be back to the B site. That's the only option. And the shots fired. Bomb drop. White King with a continuation of that spray. But Alulu on the site with the AK-47 is just going to be doing enough. Nova, one shot falling back. And it's no dice. 13 for the Tigers. As Darkest Hour in some real trouble here.
What kind of terrible Spanish curse words are you going to get me to say if I read that out loud?
I don't think those are curse words.
I know they're not. I'm just joshing.
I know a little Spanish. Enough to think that that's not bad.
Okay, recite the Bible backwards in Spanish.
All right, that's outrageous.
Let's build a ladder.
Build a ladder.
Let's build a ladder. This has just evolved into some seriously interesting... People who weren't even typing before are helping to build the ladder now. I love it.
Yo, Neos is in here? Dude, I love that we have, like, the whole Drexel squad coming to support Nova. It's so fun.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, it's cool.
Banging it out, flash over at high, and the op actually has got to peer back into the apartments. The spam from Nova's Deagle is going to allow them to get that bomb plant. More than enough time to put those digits in, and that's good enough. 2 kills, maybe close to even a third, but nope, that's it. Dude, Febreze broke the ladder.
Ah, Febreze, how could you do that, man? Not anymore. They graduated. I know they did, but listen, squad's the squad. Not OSHA compliant. Darn. What is that Reddit? OSHA fail or something like that?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, you're not a Reddit enjoyer?
Counter-Strike Reddit enjoyer.
Ah. So a bad one. Got it.
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what you're saying either, man. I'm done.
Woo! Noah!
Not on his watch. He's tired of it.
Done.
That's the start. That's the beginning.
Mark your calendars. You were here. Nice catch, Stuffing. I mean, he like jumped up for that, did a little layout. Oh, it's beautiful. Little pirouette in the air. We're back, baby.
Oh, my phone died. Now I can't read all the funny comments. Dang it.
This cast just got so much more effective and so much less fun.
Yeah. Until I got my charger from the pit. Dash! Running it up as they run up into him. Damage done even though he's blind. He still manages to hold the spray in. The muscle memory doesn't fade, and Toasty, he doesn't either, as he might be low on HP. Still effective as ever as the op is still chiming in for more. Kicked it all off, and now looking to close it out as White King. A 1v2. HP not looking too great. AK. High fire rate. And the penetration of the weapon could be what the doctor ordered. Hold on now. He can isolate these duels 1v1. Smoke up into the face of the sniper and a flash up top and high. Low HP done. And nobody's hit one shot. And that's the only opportunity that he'll get is over the top of the top runs. Comes flying down with an elbow to the face. The White King stands tall.
He's got his crown on his head. And unfortunately, nobody can reach up to take it off. Darkest Hour. Unfortunately, down and up against map and series point. Main's double elim, right? Right?
What'd you say?
Main is double elim, right? Yeah. It definitely is. I've remembered. Well, it used to be. I don't know if Facet's done some BS, but.
Whoa. Jeez. You just punched me in the head.
Sorry. Was that loud? I apologize.
Ow. Ow.
Listen, you can't prove that I abused you in any way.
The heck? Okay.
Where's your proof?
I don't want to talk about it in front of the kids. Top side of Banana. Trade still going the way of the CTs, at least for a moment they had, and I think this does still benefit Darkest Hour being in the 3 versus 3. This singular Banana player can't really do much other than hope to fade away with a kill, but as soon as he finds one, if there were anybody there, he's probably going to be hard stuck to get away from it even so. But what he does have is information that nothing's going on any longer. Everything's looking vacated and clear. It's Stah's Eye with the AWP, a lane that's going to be tested up next. And he doesn't even get the chance to fire off a shot as MJB pins him to the wall and opens up the A site fast flank. But will it be fast enough? The player inside of the pit needs to stay alive.
Stay alive they will, and Gash tagged down. Okay, death does indeed come for Gash. A little bit slower than maybe Darkest Tower would have hoped, but nonetheless, a 3-on-1 now. White King requiring another clutch. He had the 1v2, but now at 19 HP, the 1v3 seems just a little bit too much to ask. Smoke goes out. That's a good lurk smoke. That's covering off MJV's location, but a rotation back around towards the long haul. Maybe, I mean, this is a lot of time being wasted for White King in this engagement, walking through long haul.
Yeah, he was trying to catch the player in the pit, maybe repositioning, trying to get a little bit better of an angle through the corner of the smoke, but it's not going to be the case. It was in graveyard in sight. The crossfire was set in place and set in motion as that round, as the CTs have money to buy back. The Ts are starting to actually be a little bit drained, even though they're winning out these rounds. Their utility is looking decent even still, though, but if they can't keep many players alive into this next round with a win, in addition to a bomb plant, they're just going to be more and more left dry. The CT, same story enough for them, though, but there's still 4 rounds a gap for them to be able to stay comfortable with. But I find it a little bit interesting that Telepathy is using an MP9 when they have more than enough money onto Alula, who could have dropped him an M4.
Viking thinking about taking the swing. He's burning so deeply in that Molotov. How does he get a kill on a Toasty? Toasty's not having a good time. That's absurd.
It was a mismanaged beginning to a round all around. He just fell.
Tony's just walked away from his desk. Left me mid-sentence.
Sounded like somebody just fell next to me, but okay. That's an entry frag, I guess. Back turn, trying to face with a smoke of his own with a flashbang from a teammate. A little bit too late, and there's MJB.
JB, IGL carry right now, stuffing, leading the charge out to the B site. The op of Stozide will be saved over, and Telepathy's going to get a free kill on the exit. Goodbye to MJB. And here's where that money that you were talking about getting a little dicey is absolutely going to come back as a talking point. Stozide hanging on, and he's going to get an exit frag too. Look at this. Darkest Hour losing players as they try to escape.
Can you see me? Do you have my camera pulled up?
I can make it happen.
Oh no, I thought you could see me, and that's why you said I left my desk.
No, we heard it.
Oh, you heard me leave my desk?
Yeah.
Like this?
Sure, I guess. I don't know. I heard audio cues. Listen.
You heard the sound cues, the footsteps?
Yeah. There was like a crash, and then.
Oh, you did hear that. That's what I. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it sounded like you were getting further away from your mic.
AWP for Stazide. Nova's got more than enough kills under his belt now, having a couple of rounds to start to heat up with it. The ones that they're winning out, he's having his impact.
It's interesting to hear Stazide on the op. White King had been on the op for quite a while, especially on Mirage.
Okay.
That's a kill you need, Toasty, unfortunately. Missing the mark and, well, adding to what has been a not so great Inferno thus far for him, but
quick call spot.
That it is. Stuffing. Man has been delivering entry frags, and he's done it again here. Look at how blind they were, Gash! You've got to check your corners. I don't know how he didn't see him out of his peripheral vision.
That's a save. If I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, Alula's actually going to walk right down to the bottom of mid, relying and wait his turn. That's not the player that you want to meet. Hello.
I've got to put that one in the back pocket for Breeze. That is divine intervention right there.
That's a good one.
Probably the same dude who didn't check venture sandwich. That's a callback.
That's good. That's good.
Oh.
That's toxic, but we like that.
We love that toxicity. Nova's like, here, have the op. I'm going to die. Oh, no. Toasty almost got knifed to the point which he didn't survive. As you've walked away again, I just feel the need to update you.
I didn't. I just turned around.
Oh, okay. That's more reasonable. You should stop being reasonable.
I'm not allowed to turn in my own room.
So who was it that said? So it's OT then?
My jiggly bones. What did he say? Jumping bones! Exclamation point.
What is a stack at mid? There's 4 people here!
Oh. A little bit of a schizo moment, turning around and checking the ult of mid. They find their one. Oh man, this next round is going to be... It had to go all 30. My sports industry teacher is not going to be happy. You're not that strong, Matt.
He is that strong, apparently.
He's that strong. He's that strong, but bro's trying to like Hulk launch an AK-47 onto a roof.
Yeah, for real.
2 arms. Nice. Close to the round.
And I just big ups here. MJB has really just stepped up huge, and Stuffing has continued to have a very good showing. His entry fragging has been incredible this second half, and then Nova making what has been a comeback. I mean, realistically,
Yeah.
he was struggling in the first half, and he's been having high impact since this comeback started.
He's hitting the shots he has to now. Not letting the ones go that he shouldn't.
Yeah. It's nothing like crazy, nothing flicky. It's just
Which is usually where he does his best work, the flicky ones.
It's true.
The craziest of kills.
Thought maybe we were gonna see a run through that. Nova.
Oh no.
That was so very close to connecting. I feel like that went through his legs.
Well, hold on now. I think he might actually want to go to a fight to the top side of the car. The flashbang's there. White King phasing through, hugging the corner wall. I don't really know if I like that.
Not in round 30.
know.
That's not a round 30 risk in my book.
Not alone. Not one player. This isn't solo play central right now. This is not the time of the game where you take matters into your own hands in a 5v5 to try and tip the scales in your favor. Instead, all that does is sways it into the favor of the team that has everything to win as well as everything to lose. Overtime point up against them next. That's where they look to head. With 2 kills already secured, I don't doubt that they can secure that.
Now, it's just a matter of Darkest Hour actually figuring out this round. They just need to group up, play together. They have an advantage no matter where they go. MJB is going to hope to hold at least somebody, maybe even pull a rotation, but no rotation to be had. What? Gash has got to be molding at that. It's like the 3rd time he's been swung while jumping and just gotten destroyed. Telepathy denying the bomb plant, but there's plenty of time to get that back down. Gur walking up over the top of the double box on the site. This is going to be overtime, almost certainly a Lula. 1vx. 1v4 to be precise.
We go again.
We do indeed.
28. Pretty good. It's not bad.
No.
I've seen better.
Sometimes the MJB carry is just what you need.
I've done that once before.
On this map, actually.
I can't wait to play up against Matt's team.
It will be fun. I hope that we get to call that game.
Yeah, put in a special request.
I'll have to.
We'll schedule it just for you to be able to.
Ooh, let's go. We got one game to finish, though, and that's this one. Darkest Hour made the run back to OT, I think 4 or 5 rounds in a row to make it there. And White King's back on the op, and this time he has the opener.
We haven't seen him with we haven't seen a B op, I don't think, ever. I don't think I've seen a B op a singular time. So that's something that's going to catch them off guard entirely. And for good reason. And this one's just starting to fall apart now knowing everybody else has to be residing over towards this side of the map now, seeing that smoke go through.
And this is sure a bracket control in possession of Darkest Hour, but trying to make their way in. That's so difficult. Gur right on the cusp of walking through. Toasty's actually going to get a massive kill, and that opens everything for Gur as he's tapping away to the library. Go read a book, but in spawn, because that's where you'll be coming back next round. 2v2. And Gur turning away. Got to be careful. The player coming through that moto smoke, but currently just hanging out inside of the cubby. Op coming in from lane as well.
In the pit, Toasty's waiting for something to come his way from lane. His teammate he trusts entirely, and for good reason, as he's shown in this round that he's reliable enough to be able to find even the 3rd and the 4th on its way. The AWP rounding the bend, no headshot there, but Toasty's more than enough to close it out. What a way to battle your back against the wall and off of it. Spring into a 16th round win, and Gur knows what he's just done.
Yeah, Gur, I mean, he turned that round on its head.
Upside down.
Shout out, though, to Toasty. That shot onto the pit player, that allows Gur the space to get onto the site, and then Gur does Gur things from there, to be fair. Whew, darkest hour. They're back, baby. They've been back for a while, and now they are on the move. The lead is theirs for the first time in ages. Ever since, what, 5-5?
Michelangelo just bends. That was a good one. Here we go. With the White King's got the up again. The overtime special, I guess. This time he's over towards A. It's not every day. Not every day you'll see something like that.
It's like, Stoza, let me show you how it's done there, bud. Let me give you a quick how-to.
Ooh. Made Molly combo. Does damage to 2 individual players, and somehow the spam through the wood is going to be read by stuffing that there's a player on the other side. Damage exchange, barely any, but even so, that gains them a lot of space they can now work with, but still posted, ready, and waiting are the last 2. With time enough, CT's 2 aren't that worried, I will say. It doesn't seem to be like that's going to be the case, as Alula has a flash pulled and pinned for the player at the sandbags to utilize. Once it's tossed, he's going to need to fight out and find some wins and kills, because if he doesn't, that's going to be a sticky situation for the rest of the round. Flash now.
Telepathy. Oh, they're waiting for... Oh, they're just not checking him. And he's blinded, and he gets 2 lined up. How unlucky can you get? But Darkest Hour, you just got to check those. That is the reality. Molotov behind the smoke, and Alula looking to multi-frag, but denied by Nova. Bomb. Not yet. Gonna go down. A little bit of a tap from Gur initially. Spam will do the job. And Nova has the look, but now he's got a clutch. 15 seconds remain. No bomb in hand. Close range. No 1v3 for Nova. It's the Tigers with 16.
Yeah, that's a hard ask. Of course, that's not something you're going to see every day. The whip out or the AWP with all 10 seconds left to make it happen. Nova. Seen him do some crazy things, but that would have been next level.
They're
Close
double
range,
opping.
No fear. Double op, yeah.
I mean,
Man, White King, as soon as he got his, it seems like everything just kind of changed around, huh?
yeah, for real. Which kind of
changed hands slightly.
begs the question, why wasn't he opping the whole time?
Yeah, I don't know. Map dependency, I guess, because he wasn't even playing A.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. It would have to be Toasty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Toasty's been so mega unlucky. But Gur, he doesn't need luck. He has everything going for him just by taking these shots.
Oh.
Great flick from White King to cut this down to even. And Gash is in the apartments. Can take the first shot. He was blind for that apparently, but Nova's op is better. White King taken down, but Gash, the issue is they gotta contend with him, and MJB trades up to the one-on-one. MJB up against Alula, and MJB delivers. It's 17-16 as we head into the halftime for OT number 1.
So close. Down to the dying seconds of that one. He's so patient, expecting the swing to come through, no less. Not jumping the gun on it. And that's something you need this late in the game, right? Because your nerves might be getting to you at that point.
Nerves, what are those? We don't have those.
Nerves?
Oh. Don't have them.
Points?
White King, the solo AWP this time on the T side. Up at 27 frags. He's got a frag check here. In-game leader 31 is what we're at.
Utility for the CT side, obviously going to be plentiful to start. It's a matter of them making sure they hold on to it for the remainder of the round. Nova already taking substantial amounts of HP off from that attempt at a shot through the corner of the wall. He'll be punished for it. Now, as the remainder of his team are left to hold down the fort, mainly that brackets hold is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on because they've got to rotate now back into the site. But a Molotov self-deployed stops the rest of the T's from making their way any farther forwards and allows them to get into better positions, but it doesn't allow anybody to get inside of the pit. Still on the balcony, still waiting for somebody to come out through the apartments, needing somebody to get a frag inside of the site will be unable to do so, but still on the bottom side, not the small pit. MJB, actually no, he was on top of the balcony, uncleared by telepathy, and still low on HP are 4 of the 6 players still on the server.
Gur actually backing away all the way from the site into the Moto smoke, going to wait for the retake. The rest of the team, Nova, Molotov going forward. Oh, Gash could have burned alive, down to 7 HP, but Telepathy will be hitting those shots, and so does Gash. Nova needing a 1v3. His op not even required at this point. Look at the health, but it doesn't matter.
One bullet, the difference between two, at some point, three of those Tigers players from life and death. When the retake had began, it's just a matter of that first bullet accuracy coming out to prevail with the AKs. And this, we go tie game again, something you and I are no strangers to, at least on this map.
Most definitely not.
You laugh?
Until it's
you laugh
double
at the fact that I'm going to get 7 hours of sleep?
Haha.
6, actually.
MJB is a madman, just running it down mid. He's gone for it and got a frag, but then traded out. Toasty will gather one back, and that's going to even the odds, even give the man advantage over to Darkest Hour. Maybe a map point, maybe a series point available for them. Their first if they win it. But right now, Darkest Hour currently a single man to defend the B site. And his name is Noah.
See what he's got. Up high, over top. Coffin's not going to stop him. Half blinded, spots the body before he takes the shot, times it well. Gives them a double man advantage now to play for as the bomb is planted and attempted to spam to deny it. It won't be the spam through the A1S, slightly more successful than the prior. White King's up, though. This is dangerous. This is deadly. This is dirty. If he goes in for that peek and finds a shot, there might be a world where they can isolate some more 1v1s, and he's not going to be able to hit it. He needed that one in the close-range proximity player. He needed to be able to separate the two of them, but he's going to be too short to the task. 18, one more the difference now between Darkest Hour. Tigers can only hope for another overtime.
Here we go. The first time they found themselves on series point, Darkest Hour, and a comeback trail blazed by pretty much everybody. I mean, we talked about Toasty having a struggle, but he's come back into this, had huge impact in OT in multiple rounds of the comeback. And we got to talk about MJB at 33 and 20. With Gur, some of the most incredible like aim diff type of duels I've seen in a while. Alula hoping that they can be better, but they are not. Stuffing is the one to deliver the opening kill in what is potentially the final round.
Second mid, somewhat separated from one another as they try to take brackets, and one with bomb sits at the bottom of the T-steps. Luckily for him, the CTs didn't want to go any farther forward. It looked like Stuffing was having a little bit of a crisis as to whether or not he wanted to go farther through, but no, he grabbed some better utility. Spots it out, plays the info game, but the info game is not going to be enough. They're going to need to play the actual game at some point right now, Tigers, because they're falling man by man. Now as all three regroup, collective, trying to crack open this A-bomb site in a 3 versus 3 effectively as they make their way in. We'll see if they can. Toasty says no. Nova the same. White King the clutch. A 1v4. A good start, but a player in the pit unknown, undetected, and unheard as the shots heard around the world close out that match, Vincent.
That they do. A very, very crazy game there at the end. Tough to make their way through, but on 33 kills, MJB leading the charge. Gur on 27, and Nova with that comeback as well. It felt like everybody had it going towards the end. What a series of games. All 3 maps required, and this is why the Inferno banger like map 3 like became a thing. It's those games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100% true. Inferno is always the classic for those types of games where they go the distance, where they see themselves in that heater. I mean, look back in history, I feel like it's not even necessarily the Inferno as we know it now. It's Inferno as it has been ever since day one, since the beginnings of it even. And it's only gotten more and more intense, I'll say, as the game becomes more evolved, so to speak, right? And now going into CS2, I'm excited to see how that changes, if there is any changes at all, and how it's played now with a couple of differences here and there and nuances to worry about. But even so, we do have an interview, and we do have it very, very soon. It's going to be with Stuffing.
That it is. Excited for the Stuffing interview. We're going to head to a short break, and I'm finally going to go pee since I had to do that since round 7. And we'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, gamers, we are back and we got Stuffing on the mic. First time I've been here for a Stuffing interview this season, and after I mean, let's be real, a banger of a match, but maybe a little bit of a struggle there on Inferno. Talk to me about it.
Oh Lord. It was an overall just crazy hectic time. Overpass felt really good. We went into there. We started on T side, which we're confident on, and ended that half 11-4, which was amazing. And then we just closed it out on CT side. So we had a lot of confidence going into map 2, especially with our win rate on Mirage and how comfortable we felt on it. They just kind of came out on T side with a little "I'm in your face, I'm gonna swing you." Caught us off guard. We tried to pick it back up, but by the time we did, it was too little, too late. It was still really, really close though. Just unfortunate that Jason lost a 1v1 or 1v2 at the end of the game to tie it up. Inferno, I think it was just map 3. We mental reset, but it was still tough. We were just kind of getting outplayed on our CT side. Just bad setups or not calming or whatever. It was just small micro things that was screwing us over. And luckily we closed it out in the end and picked up on what they were doing. And, as you saw, we won. So
Yeah, I haven't been here to interview any of the players on your team yet, so I want to know personally how the transition between Benji and into Gur went, whether or not you've answered that before or not, or at least how it's going now and how it feels, because I don't know if you had to trade around any roles or anything like that.
for the most part, Gur and Benji kind of fill the roles that we needed. The transition was really smooth, even though it was kind of like mid-season. Those
Right.
aren't always the greatest. It was very easy to get him into our system, and he's kind of helped build us up more. We switched a few positions around, like CT side, but other than that, it's been plug and play basically. But he's been a huge help, and I mean, you saw it in that OT on Inferno. He literally won us like 2 of those T side rounds. So definitely glad to have
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we were going kind of nuts on that one T side round. It was like the post plant with Toasty on A. That was
Hmm.
really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's a great addition to have him. Nova as well, bringing him in at the beginning of the season.
Sure.
He's obviously kind of gotten into his role, and we've been trying to get him as active as we can. But he's always done well for us, and Gur coming in to just add that extra firepower and experience helps.
So I mean, just to kind of speak of roles for a second, I want to talk a little bit about your roles and kind of what your position is within this team, because I think realistically sometimes it's hard to have that like high fragging role from where you're playing, especially T side. Typically more of the entry type of roles. I felt like you were killing it, especially on Overpass and then also on Inferno. Even that first half, it was kind of you for a while before everybody kind of picked up the pace. What kind of sets you up to have a good game like that? And talk to me a little bit about how you see your roles within the team outside of what I was just talking about.
I definitely agree with you. T side, I'm definitely an entry. CT side is kind of where I gain my confidence, personally, to have good performances. So if I'm having, a good T side or CT side, excuse me, getting the kills I need to get, not, going 0 for 1 or just playing stupid. It's like I can build confidence going into T side. I kind of lost that on Inferno a little bit. I was getting in my head about it, but then we brought it back into OT, and I kind of picked it back up and started shooting again. But it's I'm entering, supporting. Like I kind of just do it all. I'm a pack rifler in this team, which is really good. Matt or MJB has helped build me all season into my role more. And I used to just be like a bait. I'm gonna get everybody. I'm gonna get every kill. But now it's like I'm more of a support teammate where I can frag out when I need to, but I'm mostly just supporting my team to get them into the positions they need to be. But it's been a good transition. And then Matt being the IGL, he's just over here dropping 30 bombs when he needs to, so that's always fun. But yeah, it's a good dynamic we have with all the firepower and experience. It's just we all can play every role except opping, but that's for another day. So it's a good mix.
I was curious. Kind of there was a moment. Not I couldn't tell you when exactly it was, but there was a moment in time where it kind of felt like it transitioned from you know, maybe one or two players kind of making some individual plays that was getting you rounds, to the comeback, and then everybody was having that really high impact. Was there a moment that kind of swapped? Was there a switch flipped, or what happened to kind of give that extra push to push it into OT?
I think it was when we went down 15-10. I think it kind of just started clicking. We won that next round pretty convincingly, and that kind of brought us back mentally into the game. Obviously, you know, at first, like you said, it felt like it was just like somebody has to go big for us to win a round. But I think that kind of clicked it together where it's like, okay, guys, let's get back into the game. Like, this isn't losable. Like, we can still win this. And I think that just carried over the momentum for us. So
That's awesome. That's great. That's pretty much full circle for the season, going into the final stages of this run. Now you guys have close enough to advance. I think 2 more wins in this upper bracket brings you into that level, right? Yeah. So we have more to see. LCA hopefully going to be around for me, and I mean maybe even potentially Vincent, to see you guys make that journey. But seeing how comfortable you are in your own roles and how comfortable your team feels, and maybe although it was a little bit shaky here and there in terms of actual, you know, pen to paper, the practice seems to be there, and I'm excited to see what you guys have moving forwards, man.
yeah, appreciate it. I did have to mention, because I was requested to. Nova just survived a 25-hour no food or water or technology fast. So
Damn.
the fact that he came out and showed out
How did he do
definitely.
that?
Say that again?
What's that?
How did he do that?
I mean, I believe it was for one of the holidays for his religion. I
Oh,
don't
very
know
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
But he just like got done with that and he showed up. So I was told to mention that. You're welcome, Nova. Now don't yell at me anymore.
Yom Kippur, apparently.
Yes, that's what it's called. I didn't want to
Very
say
good.
anything.
Yeah. I do have to ask, because I feel like it's the most relevant question of the stream, actually. According to you, your professional opinion, what does MJB stand for?
My janky breaks.
It doesn't stand for anything else. It's my janky breaks. That's
Okay.
what the acronym means.
Consistency, to be fair. We've had two players say the same thing.
No, that's what it means. After the Jersey LAN incident, that's literally what it stands for. I don't care if it's his initials or whatever else anybody keeps coming up with.
Initials?
For me, it's that's what it is. My janky breaks. I don't care.
All right, you heard it here first. That's it. That's it. That's wraps. That's it. MJB, my janky breaks, and that's the best way to, I think, to close this one out. I've got a 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna die in class.
So anyway, while one does, thanks Stuffing for taking the time. Yeah. We will peace out of here. Have a good one. That's gonna be it from us. See you next time. It's been a blast. Bye.